Hello and welcome back to another Rush Duel Links video. With maximums just around the corner, I thought I would make a video explaining what are maximums, what are their strengths and weaknesses, how do you maximum summon a maximum monster, and give you kind of the lowdown on how the cards work, so that when we get our hands on them on the 28th of February, you'll be well prepared to use them going forward. So to start out, what is a maximum monster? A maximum monster is a powerful monster made up of 3 cards. These cards can be normal summoned as regular monsters with the stats listed on the cards, or they can be maximum summoned as an extremely powerful monster. So how do we maximum summon a maximum monster? You can only maximum summon by having all 3 of the correct pieces in your hand. That means you have to have 1 center piece, 1 left piece, and 1 right piece all in your hand at the same time. Any monsters on your field are sent to the graveyard to make room for the new maximum summoned maximum monster. Maximum monsters take up all 3 monster slots, which means when you do maximum summon a maximum monster, you will not be able to summon any other monsters, but you can still tribute over your maximum monster as 1 tribute. So if you do have a level 5 or 6 monster, you can tribute your maximum monster to summon it out. So what is maximum mode? So when a maximum monster is maximum summoned, it is in maximum mode. This will come up occasionally when an effect or a requirement basically say that you have to be in maximum mode or it has to target a card that is in maximum mode. What this means is that if we were to just normal summon or tribute summon out our other maximum pieces individually, those cards are not in maximum mode and thus will not receive any bonus abilities, and any cards that only affect cards in maximum mode will not affect them. So how do maximum monsters work? So all maximum monsters have 0 defense points, and when maximum monsters are in maximum mode, they do not have defense points. They're very similar to Link monsters in this regard, where they just straight up do not have a defense value, and they cannot be in defense mode. While in maximum mode, maximum monsters use the maximum attack stat that is stated on the middle center maximum piece. Maximum monsters can only attack once unless stated otherwise, which means you'll only have 1 attack for the turn instead of the traditional 3 that you would have if you had 3 separate monsters. So what happens to a maximum when it leaves the field? Now, how the maximum is removed from the field, all 3 pieces will go to the same place. This means if the maximum is returned to the hand with something like compulsory evacuation device, all 3 pieces are returned to the hand. If maximum are returned to the top of your deck, such as an effect like Rise of the Storm Monarch, then again, all 3 maximum pieces go to the top of your deck together. If a maximum monster would go to the graveyard, again, all 3 are sent there together. So, one of the strengths of maximum monsters is that they have a load of attack, and that means that a lot of the time it's going to be easier to destroy them with effects, but maximum monsters do have a couple layers of protection. Most maximum monsters have a line of text on them saying, this card cannot be destroyed by trap cards, which is a little bit frustrating because that means something like Widespread Ruin cannot affect a maximum monster. On top of the fact that maximum monsters are level 10. And what that also means is any card that affects level 8 or lower or level 9 or lower monsters will not affect a maximum monster. An example of this would be Royal Rebels Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal states that it can only destroy level 8 or lower monsters, which means it cannot be used on level 10 maximum monsters. And this is a common form of soft protection that monsters get. Typically maximum monsters are level 10, which means there'll be a lot of cards that only affect level 9 or 8 and lower monsters in order to exclude maximum monsters from their effects, which gives them, again, soft protection. And again, when fusions are released a little bit in the future, a lot of the beginning fusions, and most of the fusions in general, are level 9, which means, again, they have this level of soft protection where anything that affects 8 and lower won't affect them, but anything that affects 9 or lower will, which means they don't have protection against the exact same things that maximum do, but they do still have this extra layer of protection. So, how do you deal with a maximum? So the most common option is going to be destroying them with an effect. Now obviously, most maximums say they cannot be destroyed by traps, but a lot of maximums can be destroyed by spell and monster effects. So 2 examples of this right now would be, for dragons, Dragonic Pressure is a good way to just destroy maximum monsters, as well as for machines, the Ace Breaker is a great way to pop maximum monsters. The other way to really deal with them is to attack over them. Now maximum monsters do have a ton of attack. The maximum monsters that we know are coming out have 3,400, 3,500, and 4,000 attack respectively, which means you need to be able to get over 4,000 attack to competently be able to out maximum monsters. Going forward, we will have multiple effects that do lower your opponent's monsters and boost your own monsters, but as for right now, we are quite limited in what options we have. Good options for reaching these high numbers would be something like Seven's Road Magician, which can reach 3,900 attack and thus would only need a small boost from something like a Speedy Performer to clear a maximum monster. Noodle Ninjas, and to a lesser extent Diabolic King Beetle, can also boost attack, which is a good way to get above that 4000 attack threshold. And Machines have the Ultimate Bond skill, which can boost one of their 25 or 2600 attack monsters up to 35 or 3600 attack, which again is only a little bit underneath YGGDRAGO, so if you're able to use any kind of strengthening or any kind of weakening, you can get over that 4000 threshold. So which maximum monsters are we planning to see on release? Well, the first one is called Supreme Machine Magnum Overlord. This was Yuga's first ace maximum monster in the 7th anime. It's a dark machine type monster that cannot be destroyed by your opponent's trap card effects, can gain attack equal to the difference between your life points and your opponent's life points until the end of the turn, and can gain attack equal to the level of one face-up monster on your opponent's field times 200. What you've probably noticed here is that all of these effects boost its attack, and that's basically what this monster does. It is a comeback monster that you want to draw as late into the game as possible and try and OTK your opponent with. If your difference in your life points are, let's say, 5000, he'll gain 5000 attack, and if your opponent has a high level monster on the field, let's say level 8 for example, it'll gain an extra 1600 attack. So that would be 6600 attack on top of its already 3500 attack, and you've got well over 10,000 attack to try and crash into your opponent's monster and take out all of their life points. The next maximum monster we'll talk about is Nail's maximum monster, and this was the first maximum monster ever shown and featured in the 7th anime. So YGGDRAGO the Sky Emperor cannot be destroyed by your opponent's trap card effects, can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard to destroy one face-up level 8 or lower monster on your opponent's field, and this is another one of those effects that will not affect other maximum monsters. And finally, we can send the top 3 cards of our deck to the graveyard to change one defense position monster on your opponent's field to face-up attack position, which is a great way to get your opponent's life points if they are just setting 3 monsters and passing, which makes YGGDRAGO feel like the most control-oriented maximum monster, as even if your opponent tries to stall you out, you still have a way to get to the life points, which is something that Magnum Overlord does not. And finally, and arguably the most surprising maximum monster that we'll be getting, is the Harpy Ladies. So this is a much more modern maximum monster which has not been featured in the 7s or Go Rush anime. These are 3 level 5 2100 attack point monsters, and this is already quite interesting, as the other 2 earlier maximum monsters had a centerpiece that's level 10, and these side pieces were low level normal summonable monsters. So Harpy Ladies was quite a departure from this, so it's quite interesting we're getting this so early. But we can shuffle 2 Wind Attribute Wing Beast type monsters from our graveyard into the deck. One face-up monster on your field gains 500 attack until the end of this turn. Then if this card is in maximum mode, we can inflict 500 damage to our opponent. So a 2100 attack monster that can go up to 26 is pretty good. Next up we have Harpy Ladies L. This card's name becomes Harpy Ladies, and it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's trap card effects. Then, if this card is in maximum mode, increase its level by 5. So that gets us back to the level 10 that all maximums are, and does protect it from trap card effects, which is pretty standard for maximum monsters. And then finally, this card's name becomes Harpy Ladies, and it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's monster's effects. Then, if this card is in maximum mode, it can make up to 3 attacks on monsters each turn. So what this means is, Harpy Ladies cannot be popped by Ace Breaker, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, it does only have 3400 attack during opponent's turn, which does mean if they use the Ultimate Bond skill, they can still attack over it, but this is still a monster that can attack 3 times. Without access to piercing, this is still a little bit lackluster, because although you can clear your opponent's board, you can't get to the life points, but using the Pierce card, this could be a bit of a menace. So, what are the strengths and weaknesses of maximum monsters? So, the strength are always going to be massive attack values. A lot of decks will struggle to hit these 3500 or 4000 attack values that they need to in order to clear these maximum monsters, as well as trap protection. Not being able to be destroyed by trap cards is very, very relevant, especially in a widespread ruin meta. Finally, the fact that they're level 10 does make them very, very difficult to get rid of, because again, a lot of effects only affect level 8 and lower monsters. So what are the maximum weaknesses? Well, most of the time they can only attack once per turn. Obviously, Harpy Ladies is an exception to the rule, but the other 2 can still only attack once. They can struggle to inflict damage to your opponent's life points. Again, without access to a Pierce card, 2 of the 3 maximums we're getting really struggle to get to your opponent's life points. And finally, you need to find all 3 pieces in order to actually maximum summon out the monsters, which means a lot of the time you might find that you only have 2 pieces in your hand, and you have to make the decision whether or not you want to get rid of them from your hand so you can draw back up to 5, or whether or not you hoard them and are only drawing 3 cards the following turn, which is a little bit of a gamble and can make them feel rather clunky. So what maximum monsters can we expect in the near future? I think the one that makes the most sense is Worm Excavator the Heavy Cavalry Draco. And that is because this is Asana's ace monster, and we're expecting her to come soon as possibly the next playable character after Nail. The other 7's era maximum monsters that we would expect to see are going to be Dynamic Dino Dynamics, Hyper Engine Vast Vulcan, Supreme Skystream Magnum Overlord, and Great Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius Burst. But saying that, the Harpy Ladies are a Go Rush era maximum monster, which means that Konami could decide to bring any of the future maximum monsters early into Duel Links. So this was a quick look at what maximum monsters are, how to use them, and hopefully this helps you going forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today, we're actually playing Rush because we have some of the new Rush stuff. We don't have the box until later on today if you're in America, or if you're in Europe it'll be early tomorrow morning I guess. But we do actually have some new stuff to play with, and I am specifically going to try to KoG today using YGGDRAGO, which we get access to via the skill Rush on YGGDRAGO, which simply adds one of each piece to our deck. So it's going to be very inconsistent. We are not expecting it to do particularly well, especially since on the climb to get to where we are, which is gold 5, everyone just seems to be on Harpies, and I do not think this deck is very well built to deal with that, especially since in a lot of ways it's going to just be kind of an inconsistent version of that deck. So we'll try it out for a bit, and if it seems like it's really going nowhere, we might swap over to Harpies. Either way, we will be playing Rush all day, I say all day, for like the next 3 hours, and we will be playing maximums in some regard. But ideally, we're just going to get 5 wins with YGGDRAGO, easy peasy, and be happy with that. But let's see who we have in the chat. We have Dragson, always here, always early. We have Shy, also always here. We have Corono. How's it going, Corono? We have Vanity. We have Mr. Clap. We have Bakura. We have Albiace. We have Gunkinshu Sipshari. We have Dwan. Welcome, welcome on in, everyone. Hope everyone's ready to see some maximum action. And would you look at that, Grand Harrier somehow not first. It's definitely a an oddity there. Usually Grand is always the first one in. But yeah, basically I guess we'll show off the list that we're going to try out first. Again, we are just spitballing stuff here, but this is the list that we're looking at the moment. We have got our 3 Sigistrate Soul. This card is not good, but it has 2500 attack, and we wanted to try playing like an actual Cyberse list, so we are going to play this, just to try and help us get there, and it does work quite nicely with Particle Acceleration, if nothing else, right? We've got our Aqua package with Carrier, the Kanan, and the Grace, just because this is generically fine, and we don't really want anything super low, because chances are we're going to be running into Harpy players who are going to summon out their Harpy Max, slap a Pierce on it, and then we need to try and survive 3 hits, so we don't really want anything with particularly low stats if we can help it. Yeah, welcome on in, Shy. We have Piercing Dragon Bunker Strike, which is here basically to cycle through cards. We just want to find our maximum pieces ASAP. We are on Light Sorcerer. This is probably not worth being in here, but it's generically a good card and can weaken a maximum by a lot. We also have Atron, who is in here basically, again, just a filter. We have farmed out our 3 Femtron, so we have that online. Again, we probably don't need Summon Skull, but we just were like, why not? Then Monster Incarnation, because we don't really want to be sitting on our YGGDRAGO pieces in our hand, so we'll probably summon them out and tribute them off, and then try and get them back with this later, depending on the situation. Widespread Ruin is still good into everything that isn't a max, and Recital is also pretty good to try and survive against Harpies. So that is the logic. Whether or not, again, it actually translates is a whole other matter entirely, but we are just going to fire straight on in and see what we can get done with the deck. Fingers crossed we get something done. I think, again, if we're able to get out YGGDRAGO, I think we just win most of the time. Now, obviously, it's not strictly speaking true. Like, if we're against machines, for example, that could still be a bit of an uphill battle, but doesn't Recital not work against Harpies? Oh, you are actually entirely correct. It does not work because it's only when a level 8 or lower monster attacks. They will work against maximum Harpy, though, which is something, I suppose. Okay, we will simply, because this is only number of monsters your opponent controls. This is a really awkward hand. We don't really want to play any of these, like, big tribute monsters yet. But if I draw more tribute monsters, I get super punished for leaving them in hand. So I think we are going to have to do something with it. I think we're going to go for this. Then we'll pass on that. That's what he's got. If you summon out 3 maximum pieces manually, can you maximum summon on the field? No, you cannot. You have to maximum summon from the hand as a special summon, having all 3 in hand. If you summon them all out individually, they will just be regular monsters. Dealer. Okay. Let's see what our opponent has for us here. Go on, use the effect. Use the effect. Do it, coward. You won't. Oh, now it doesn't matter. It's going to be 24 anyway. Straight to battle. Okay. That's right. We'll just hard draw both maximum pieces. Hold. Alright, let's start with particle acceleration. We'll just get rid of this back row. Let's go Atron. Let's go Atron again. It's a little bit sad. Right, we're going to have to give up a maximum piece here just to keep playing the game. We'll use the effect. Reveal the YGGDRAGO. Burn for 3. Then we'll just swing over. And then we'll pass. Do the pieces not have effects if summoned individually? So not the YGGDRAGO ones, or pretty much all of the older ones do not. The Harpies do because it's more of a modern one. But the other ones do not. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. SRM, Dark Sword Knight is in his hand, it seems. I mean, probably, yeah. Unfortunately, for him, we do have Recital. So if he doesn't have an out to it, we can just stop the attack. Now we need to find Reincarnation, and we need to find our last piece. Well, there's the last piece. That is actually catastrophic. Okay, I think we have to give up on YGGDRAGO then, which is so sad. But I need to play the game. Is the issue. Oh, I should have revealed first, but oh well. Alright, we might have to rejig some of these numbers. Although, to be fair, I think we have just gotten a little bit unlucky, but I think we will probably take out the Summon Skull. Yeah, you're right. I think I probably should put Barry in just to recycle YGGDRAGO pieces. And this is so annoying because Splat is exactly what he needs to out my exact board. Alright, we're going to go next because we're basically dead here. We're going to edit the deck. But it's good. It's good to play a couple of games and kind of see what you think the strengths and the weaknesses are. Again, unfortunately, I think we did just get really unlucky there. I think we will try taking out some of this stuff, though. Let's go with these. And then we just want more normal summons, I guess. I don't think it's worth including like a really, really small draw engine unless we wanted to go full on like spellcasters just for the discard draw off of Mystic Dealer. Change the Cyberse MST for Ghost. So, in my opinion, Albie, that is saying if I get really, really lucky, it's going to work out really, really well. But I'm not expecting us to get lucky, so I'm not going to try and high roll it. I'm going to go for consistency over anything else. Because the amount of times that I've played with Cyclone and it's just not been live like 90% of the time. And it's like, yeah, if you get lucky, it's great. But like, how often is that going to happen? I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I kind of just want another boss. I think we're going to try putting this back in. No, because then that's 7. No, we don't need more than that. I mean, we don't really need much of anything, right? We'll just slap like a harpy in that bit. Dealer and Juggler, maybe. The problem with Dealer Juggler is then you have to... I guess I could take these out. Alright, we'll try it out. Because we need to take some of this stuff out is the only problem. Because we have too much other stuff. I think if we do go down that route, though, then we don't need these. We could probably get away with this. Then... Dealer. Where's he at? Where's my boy? Juggler's 14, so... This should probably be fine. Juggler and Hollow Light Sorcerer plus Curtains of Sparks can confirm a kill against 2500 attack monster for a piercer. The thing is, I don't expect us to be... I expect we're almost entirely going to be running into Harpy players and Spellcaster players. So, I'm not expecting that many 2500 attack monsters to be coming at us. Alright, let's see what this Luke player has. Because of this, we're probably expecting Harpies. Okay, this is actually not a terrible hand. Early Femtron Engrave is always nice. Okay, we'll take it. We always take those. Can't the Harpy Lady get to 2600 attack without maximum effect? It can, but most people don't even bother summoning it. So we did play some ladder last night, and for the most part, everyone is just playing set 3 turbo until they draw into their Harpy combo. Or at least that's what they were playing last night. Which does mean that anything that can take advantage of that, like Dragius, is probably in a really good spot to just get loads of free wins right now. Aqua Engine feels a lot worse version of the Spellcaster Deep Draw Engine stall. Well, the whole point of the Aqua Engine is that you can play the game other than relying on the one-of pieces of your Drago in the deck, right? And it gives you easier access to Bunker Strike, for example. Not to mention, like, Spellcaster Deep Draw only goes so far. The only cards you're actually using for that is Mystic Dealer. Like, every other Spellcaster you put in is just an extra chance to draw into a discard for the draw. White spread's not bad. Right, we'll set. I guess we will just go with this. We'll go 1, we'll go 2. We'll use Bunker Strike. We're putting 3 of these to the top or the bottom. I want to go top, like, so bad. I think we've got to go top, right? It'll be you. It'll be you. It'll be you. I think we will normal Juggler as well. We'll see how far we can get with this. Moki Moki. Okay, so is this going to be... Yeah, this is going to be the Diabolic King Beetle. We'll see if it's combined with the Noodles or not. Pierce the Dragon is such a dumb card in this format. Totally deserve it, limit 3. Yeah. I mean, this card did see a lot of play at just as a one-of in physical, just to do whatever, right? You could just use it to be a good consistency tool in anything, let alone maximums. Yesterday I played versus a Harpy player that kept summoning the middle piece and recycle his stuff with it until he was low on cards in the deck. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that as well. What I did run into a lot was people just set 3, then they just keep using their skill to mill all the Harpy pieces into the graveyard, knowing that they're not going to bother attacking their opponent anyway, so the negative of the skill doesn't matter. And then just keep recycling everything and trying to access the Harpy pieces that way. Which is like a good idea, right? Tributes a Beetle. That tells me he's got a lot of high levels in his hand. Okay, we kind of know what a lot of his other cards are now then, I guess. Do we even bother? I think we do, because I want to protect as a tribute fodder. Because we know the top 3, we don't want to use any of those as like tribute fodder, and we know one of them is our boy. So now I will normal Femtron. We'll get out the second Bunker Strike. This is only going to get us 2 draws, but alright, we can happily say bottom of the deck here. We'll get rid of you. And probably you. Do we just normal light? I don't think we need to. Let's just go battle. Because we could have maybe gotten a little bit of damage in here, but chances are he's going to try and OTK us, and getting like a free 1,100 damage from attacking that one is probably not where we want to be. Shame we didn't get Shock Dragon for the mini box. Totally would have been useful. The next format for Maximum Monster. We'll probably get it next box, right? You don't want to give us... We already have so many tools to deal with Maximums that having even more would feel weird. These 2. So this is going to be... Oh, SRM. Okay, so it's... Oh, it's just all of it. It's Spice, it's Seven's Road, and it's Diabolic King Beetle. I mean, this is kind of scary, because this deck can easily out your Drago. So even if we summon it, it can just deal with it. Alright, we will just set a couple of boys. We'll go battle, and we will just attack into this. And then we'll just pass. I'm not going to lie, this isn't looking like a good matchup for us. Again, we're playing like a really, really slow draw into our 3 pieces deck. And our opponent is playing a deck that also wants to go late into the game and just kill our maximum outright. So it's probably going to happen that we're going to get our maximum out and then immediately just lose it. Maybe also Dragius, Beetle Dragius, somewhat good in the early format. The only thing is, I wouldn't want... So I already think he's got too much stuff, right? So he's got a Dark Magician, he's got multiple Diabolic King Beetle, presumably multiple Spice and Seven's Road. Like, he already has too many high-level monsters in the deck. I don't think you could also fit Dragius in there. Alright, well, all we can do here is go on the defensive, so... Yeah, I mean, this game is already lost. Like, realistically, we cannot win this game. We are just going to wait for the novelty of summoning out our Yggdrago and then lose. Like, he is specifically crafted this deck and is bringing this deck in ranked to get free wins off maximum decks. The problem that we have now as well is that with 3 back row, the chances that he has... Alright, we're going to go Reincarnation here, because we just don't want these cards in our hand. I mean, do we just YOLO? Let's just YOLO. Let's have an anime moment. Well, that's sad. That's very sad. We are just not meant to find our maximum today. So now we'll run into his widespread and then we'll concede. Oh, it's just the barrier. Okay. I mean, we probably still die this turn. We don't have enough bodies to block now. So now he just summons out Seven's Road or Spice, and that's just game. But we'll hold out, just in case we get to summon our max. We have stacked 8 cards to the bottom of our deck. So there's only 4 cards left in our deck that we don't know. So we have... you know, we have 3 draws next turn, assuming we survive. Which is, again, a pretty big assumption. Right, I guess that's 29. So that's 6, 21. Straight to battle. So we do get to survive. So, unless our beetle, unless our last maximum piece was the very bottom card of our deck, we get to draw it now. Okay, so it wasn't the bottom card. It's time! Maximum summon! Alright, let's go for... We could pop a monster, but like... I mean, there's no reason not to pop a monster. So we'll pop this. Mill everything! Attack! Yeah! And now we die. There's no way he doesn't have an out to this. There's no way he doesn't. Also, all he has to do is change everything to defense. Yeah, but Albie, we weren't playing to win. Albie, you're missing the point. We win anyway. Because he's a dum-dum. No matter what, we weren't winning that game. Like, the only way we win is if he was an idiot and bricked at the same time. That was our only win condition. So we're quite happy that we got that win. If I want to buy widespread, should I do it now or wait for the new box to drop? I mean, you could have. Albie, again, you're missing the point, right? Our win condition was he bricks or... Oh god, one of these bots. Get out of here, scrub. But yeah, that is, you know, that is the point, right? Oh! Let's see what we're against this time. So tribute set, which means probably SAR. Realistically, we're not doing anything with you. So we will tribute to. Summon out our Sid Straight Soul. And then we'll get out our other 2 as well. Tribute set means there is a chance that this is a splat with a high defense. Please don't be splat. Anything but splat. Okay, that's fine. I'm not... yeah, I guess he knows that we've got YGGDRAGO, so he knows we're going to try and get that out, which means getting rid of the 50 of the 25 is probably worth using the widespread on. Still only turn 3. But the chances of him having an SRM in hand are still okay. Oh, so we had double SRM. So he's going to have a way to recycle then. Unless he's just really worried about bricking. If he has the recovery force, this is going to be... like, yeah, that is... If he just didn't have recovery force, we were in such a strong position. But now that he's had recovery force, it's all back to square one. Because now he can get a normal. And it's a 14. Yep. Yep. We're getting sacked a little bit here. He literally had the perfect hand entirely. I mean, we're probably fine still. I actually think we do normal Seahorse. Take back Kana. I'd rather have 3 monsters to block attacks than not, right? And we can theoretically still deal with the big attack. You'd need to summon, what, a 2000 attack? Well, I guess 2400, which, saying that, his deck is quite good at doing. But if not, we pop one, and then he attacks both of our monsters. If he had any way to deal with the back row, we were dead anyway. Yeah, that's game. That's fine. Again, we're not supposed to be beating spellcasters realistically. That's still like one of the best decks in the format. And we're playing a pile of crap. Alright, let's go again. Alright, Gavin. Interestingly as well, we haven't actually played against a single Harpy deck, and I played against 100% Harpy last night. So maybe the midday players, or at least midday European players, are off of the Harpy source. Because again, I originally did build the deck with the intention of playing against Harpies the entire way. Also, hear me out. Change a bunker for a Dragius for board. Yeah, but again, we're not, Albie, we're not trying to just win off the back of Dragius, right? We're trying to just turbo out YGGDRAGO for the sake of summoning YGGDRAGO. Like, we're not, if I wanted to KoG, I could just KoG really easily with any other deck, right? The whole point of this is that we're trying to do funny things with YGGDRAGO. I mean, I guess we'll just set this and pass. I wanted to KoG with Harpies yesterday, but maybe I'll just do it with spellcasters. I mean, that's the backup plan, right? If nothing's happening today with the YGGDRAGO or when we swap over to Harpies later, I will just off-stream just KoG with casters or Dragon Aggro or something, right? Because I want to KoG either way. But we want to play with the new toys. We want to have a bit of fun with it. Why is my Femtron still alive? Why does this song always cut out before it ends? I mean, we still don't have much of anything going on here. I guess we're fine to just go on the defensive, right? Like, what does his deck do to stop us? We'll just pass. I'll definitely KoG with Cyberse next month, though. I mean, that's the thing, right? We'll have so many different options, which will make it really exciting. That's the other thing as well, is typically it gets easier to KoG the later in the month you go because everyone's already KoG'd, right? Because they try and KoG sooner rather than later. But then on the inverse, you'll also get people that come on like the last day to try and just get a cheeky KoG so they can just get the gems. We'll just toggle that off for now. Alright, well, our Atron lives... Or our Femtron lives once again. Right. I guess we'll just get this out. Because otherwise it's just going to sit in our hand forever. We'll use the effect. We're going to set both, because we do not want to just lose a whole bunch of life points. And we'll attack the defense mode. Okay, no delay, which means we probably could have got away with killing one of his big boys. But if his back row was barrier, or I guess barrier, then it would have definitely been really silly. Ultimate Flag, Royal Rebel feels like tier 1 deck next format. MST and Curtain of Sparks for Machine is kind of broken, and the new skill for Rower is really dumb. Yeah, I don't know about Ultimate Flags, because they arguably are a good out to The to the maximums, but at the same time, like the actual trap card itself is pretty much useless into maximums, so it's a weird one, right? I think they're definitely positioned to be able to do well, but we'll have to wait and see. Mr. Tomato, hello, Duel Links Alpha, welcome, welcome. Right, let's go with the Atron. Okay. We'll go Sanctity, we'll go Juggler. Activate Sanctity. We'll weaken a max. We'll Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Bring out the Bunker. Activate Bunker. If we go top... So we're putting 3 cards. Probably these 3 are going somewhere. I guess it doesn't matter if we put stuff to the bottom because we're about to shuffle our deck anyway because we need to get our other maximum piece. We'll pop this back, this, and this. We're going to set this. We'll set this. Go to battle, and we will try and swing in here. But now he does have a delay. So this is Phantom Bind? I don't know if our man's just toggling. He might be toggling. Shield and Sword plus Sword and Shield. We'll see. No play of Max Monsters are highly played. But I think that's where it gets funny, though, because if Royal Rebels is as strong as everyone thinks they're going to be, that then means that they will end up being everywhere. And the counter to them is, ironically, the Sword and Shield and Sword. So it's a weird one. Low-key, I did the tutorial for Max Summon. I love how it made the whole one-card look animation look so damn cool. Yeah, I personally really like it. Yes, but you can kill that. If we can summon YGGDRAGO, it's a win for me. Exactly. That is our main goal here. Like, KoGing would be lovely, but we're here primarily. That's a very funny series of draws there. Alright, let's go Seahorse Carrier. Use the effect. Grab back Kana, or Kanan even. Then we'll summon out Dealer. Fire off Stream. Pop this one. Then we're going to tribute these 2. Activate the effect. Doesn't really matter, does it? Which one we send. The battle, we swing. Chances are he still has Phantom Bind or Barrier. Oh, it's Majesty. Okay. So chances are he's going to protect this from this attack, which is fine if he wants to use a back row on it. Oh, it's just a 1400 defender rate. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, we didn't go... No new trap card, bruh. 5 monsters, legend 3 legend spells, only 1 legend trap. There aren't that many legend traps full stop in Rush. There's only about 6. So we've already got quite a large percentage of the legend traps, I suppose you could say. It's because we, the Duelist, are legends as well. Oh. Cantrip, do Cyberse monsters have lore, or are they just big and green? I mean, you know, they're just big and green. I don't know if there is any lore in Rush specifically. Oh, there we go. RP Lady Sisters. So we're playing the Tengu skill. We're just main decking just the Harpies just for the sake of it. That's an interesting one. Why are we... Oh, because you want to have a second Wind-Winged Beast to shuffle back in. Ah, I see, I see. We're seeing it, we're seeing it. New maximum skills are crazy. Not much restrict and reduce opponent's attack by 800. So good. Yeah, I think it's going to be really good when we do get more, like, better main deck cards to use. Right, we'll just barrier here. I mean, who do we even want? I mean, do we just take Bunker? I guess we'll just take Bunker. Get back in the deck, Bunker. Yeah, you want to attack with your little carrier? Go on, let me summon your Drago. Alright, let's see what we get. Alright, we have got this, though. So, tribute. Tribute. Give me my Yggdrago! None of it. Just none of it. We're just not allowed. That will summon. Fire a stream. Hit the back row. Use dealer. Do I just summon this? Like, yeah, why not? It's funnier. Right, we'll get the boy on the board. Go to battle, we'll just swing. The problem that we keep having is our Yggdrago is always really deep in the deck, which means we're not going to have enough cards left in the deck to actually do stuff with it. We milled one? That's fine. Because we still have Reincarnation in the deck. Speak of the devil. Unfortunately, we do just die to deck out. I mean, we're going to die to deck out, but we're summoning the monster. There's no way we're not summoning the boy. Again, winning is not the point. The point is maximum Shokan. Here he is. Wah! Go on, flip me back, Crow. I don't care. Why I've been running Recovery Force for the Spellcaster version to always confirm the milled effect. Always confirm the milled effect. Trying to break down what that means. Confirm the milled effect. No, I got nothing. Trying to even work out what. Ah, because of him. Right. So we're only actually running the 3 cards that mill. We just got a little bit unlucky there. Without Pierce. So, theoretically, the deck doesn't need Pierce because we can change our opponent's monsters to attack mode and attack over them. That doesn't work if your maximum pieces are in the bottom chunk of your deck, unfortunately. So, like, 3 of each Pierce piece, or build a good deck and shove it in there. Yeah, you basically want 3 of each piece. That's always going to be the go-to, but we physically can't do that right now, right? So we're against a fellow nail enjoyer, except he's got a pesky skill, unlike the true nail skill. Okay. Let's get all of the hand empty. And then we'll pass. The barrier going to be power crept just like Phantom Bind. I mean, yeah, that's always going to happen, right? Like it was always a stopgap. I guess all the maximum middle monsters are going to be limited 3 from now on. I mean, probably like, one of the strongest ways to play maximum decks is just have lots of them, right? You know, you just play multiple different maximums. Okay. Go normal. Activate the effect. Weaken this. Summon. Tribute 2. Activate the effect. Reveal, reveal. Normal. Normal. Go to battle. Swing over this. Let's see how many good traps he's got. Okay, barrier's fine. Has he got another barrier? Or a widespread? 2 barriers. Okay. Oh, yeah, there was nothing we could do about that. We had to force them out at some point. We'll just clear this. Unless we get utterly sacked, we shouldn't just die. Also, is he playing... Oh, he's playing Red Eyes Rebels. That's why he's on a thingy skill. Right. He's just playing it as Nail. There's Growl. Wait a minute. I mean, we'll do this. Just deal with that. And we'll barrier as well. Put this back. So we do lose the 13 here. The Nail pales in comparison to... All hell Nail. I mean, we've almost got a full max here, which is quite nice. Alright, let's go Carrier. Carrier effect. Grab back Kanan. Summon Kanan. Tribute 2. Summon out Bunker. Bunker for 1. Hey, no, sometimes it all just comes together. Behold! Maximum summon YGGDRAGO. Will I still have a deck full of cards? Then yeah, we'll pop a monster, sure, why not? Goodbye. Straight to battle. Get in for 4K. Just do your worst. Ah, this is the real power of Nail. You fake Nail can't do anything to us. And he's playing Red Eyes Rebels, so like he has no out to this, right? He'd literally need... God, I don't even know what. Yeah, the music always knows, okay? It always knows. Oh, I assumed you would stream tomorrow when the box releases? So, I considered it, but I'm probably just going to stream on Sunday. I'm going to give the box a few days to settle and play a little bit off stream, and then come back on Sunday and play with the new box. I think that's the idea I'm going to go with. I like consistency. I like streaming on my stream days because I've got other shit going on, so I can't just stream every day, unfortunately. We have other commitments. Gonna make a deck with both YGGDRAGO and Overload. Well, unfortunately, you can't do that, but it'd be nice if you could. Full skill, yeah, next summon. He need Royal Rebel. Do we get free gemmies for the box? Yes, we should be, Faustra. Like, the same we get them for every box, right? I think it would be silly to go aggressive here. So we're just going to play it safe. We're going to just play nice and slow, nice and defensive. We could start, like, throwing cards into the bin and just hoping we draw into something playable. We could try and attack all his defense monsters, but depending on what it is, we can get really punished for that. The only way you really punish, like, a set 3 is, like, Dragius. Of course. He's playing just Unga Bunga Dragon aggro. The only punish. Here it is. We have no boss monsters whatsoever. I mean... we just accept that we're taking another 2,500 and hope. That's all we can do. And if he has a second Dragius, we were never winning this game anyway. The only punishes X is a massive jinx. Yeah, but we're still going to keep saying it. Because now that we said it, he's going to summon out a second Dragius, so we're going to lose the game now. Oh, I'm so good at predicting this. Typical dragon aggro player. Doesn't need skill, just needs Dragius. I can't blame him just trying to KoG on the last day, but... It's sad to me that we're in a place where, like, oh, we've got all this new stuff coming out. We've got new skills. We've got a new character. We've got even a new type. We've got all this really cool stuff. And man's like, I'm going to play Dragius. And it's like, yeah, you do you, bro. Right, let's see what we get this time. Ugh. I mean, yeah, we haven't really got a say in this, have we? We kind of just have to play the whole hand. I'm doing that too. I'm gold 3 and going to try rushing into KoG with Beast aggro. I mean, again, I can't blame people for doing it. It makes sense to do it. It's sensible. It's intelligent to do so. If you want to win, 100%, it is the correct play. There is no doubt. It is also boring. Ooh, we're against the casters. Please don't hit. Okay, that's fine. We still have... I don't know which one I'd rather have. This one's easier control to get back the YGGDRAGO. Oh, he's going to flip over the YGGDRAGO because it's in the middle. Oh, he's not going to flip anything. Okay, we get to keep our life points. We are more than happy with this. I kind of would like YGGDRAGO to go to the graveyard, but... there's another YGGDRAGO. With 2 back row, I am not willing to go for this play, so I think we're instead just going to set the Atroll and pass. Consistency is boring. Fun is when you play Exodia with fewer steps. The fact that it doesn't require much thought is good, though. I can watch your stream while doing it. I mean, that is always a plus, right? It's like I always say, if you're planning to grind out a ladder for like a long period of time, or if there's like a KC Cup or something, you always want to play something that doesn't require too much brain power, because you will get burnt out if you are playing like a big brain deck for too long. You want to play something simple. You want to play something that's strong, effective, quick wins, doesn't require too much brain power. Like if you're playing in a tournament setting, yeah, sure, play the biggest brain deck you've got, right? You're only going to be playing like 10 games max. Hello, Tomato Sauce. I see you a bit tilted because of Dragius. Oh, mate, like when I'm actually tilted, you will know. Okay, when I'm actually tilted, I am very bad at hiding it. So let me just say, when I am, it will become very apparent. A deck you can play while looking at Mr. Tomato Sauce's handsome face. Always a plus. I will take all the compliments people have for me. I'm surprised. No, I guess this is fine. Is there an Exodia deck for Rush? No, there is not. There's not even anything that's even really Exodia adjacent. Alright, let's go Light Sorcerer, go Juggler. Go for the effects. We'll weaken this. Tribute both. Get out Bunker. Bunker effect. Definitely don't want these. If we take that, it's a little bit of a liability, but it does get us an extra body. Otherwise, we have to set that. Do we have Aqua Engrave at the moment? We do. In which case, I think I am actually going to take the Seahorse. Again, it's a little bit of a liability having it out, but it does get me a third body. And it's like having... If this wasn't here, it would just be a direct attack instead of a direct attack minus 700. Right, now we're going to see what he's got. Probably a barrier and a widespread would be my expectation. Imagine a rush deck like Exodia, draw 4 pieces of the same draw. You win the duel. If not, they get sent to the Shadow Realm. Ooh, that's a pretty harsh one for just a children's mobile game, but Maximus feel like their way to adapt Exodia in a way that's less disruptive. Yeah, I mean, kind of, right? That's a good way to look at it. It's kind of like a god card is the way I kind of see it, right? In that gods require 3 tributes. A maximum's like 3 pieces. It is this like overwhelming force that has all these built-in protections, which at least in the show, the gods do have a lot of built-in protections. Ah, we're against Dark Magician. Right, this makes sense. I don't like playing like Splat and stuff when you're not using Seven's Exile Road. I mean, it's still probably good enough to beat our deck, but I don't think this is a very good competitive deck. Like, if you're going to play the Dark Magician stuff, I think you just play the Dark Magician stuff. I don't think you need to jam all the SAR stuff in there as well. Would be funny, Konami released Exodia as a regular maximum monster with no secondary win con. Yeah, I mean, that'd be funny. Cantrip just said the same thing I did, never mind. Welcome to the hive mind. Alright, 800 damage, that's fine. We just need to get lucky and draw our middle piece. It's not quite what we were after. We still have 1 piece in graveyard. If we mill with his effect, we get boned, but like, we don't really have a second option here. I can reduce by 300, but reducing this by 300 doesn't do anything, so I think I'd rather just conserve my own life points. I don't want to attack into this in case he has a barrier. That's annoying. I could take these 2 and then put those to the top, but then I'm just looking at those 3 again. But it does get me out a second body. Right, we are going to go top. We're going to put that, that. Summon out carrier. Activate the effect. Oh, I should have actually paid attention to the order I put them back in. That would have made a lot more sense. Hopefully that means Atron's going to be on the top, but it's probably not. I'm probably about to screw myself over. But we're going to go for it anyway. Oh no, we are fine. Okay. I mean, we cannot have those 2 on top of our deck, unfortunately. As much as it sucks, like, there was no chance we can do that. And then we pass. We need to hope for a barrier to shuffle our deck. Oh, we're actually out of barriers. Yeah, we're just gonna go next, I think. We're out of ways to make our maximum monster. Alright, let's do another rejig of the actual deck itself, because I think this isn't quite working how we want it to. I think these are basically useless. Light Sorcerer Sanctity isn't doing much, but it's nice to have the potential for draw with Dealer. I think Seahorse Carrier is actually pulling a lot of weight here. I think these are useless. As much as we'd like to have a win con that isn't just YGGDRAGO, I think trying to go for that is just not working. What we could do is just do this. I kind of want an extra barrier in, just for extra ways to shuffle our stuff back. Right, let's try this out for now. Let's see how this does. Can't expect with 8 paragraph of rules clarification special cases. And as Yu-Gi-Oh players, we're all allergic to text, so let's keep that on hold. Just say Konami Handbook Rush Duels Traps Maximum Traps Section 1 Subsection B. That is generally how it works, isn't it? Okay, so from graves is a requirement. Yeah, so yeah, a ton of rush cards either mill your off the top or put cards from your graveyard back into your deck, like as their requirements. And that's kind of how you try and prevent deck out, right? Is you will mill a ton, but then you'll also chuck a load back into your deck again. Right, we're going to set all of this, set this, and pass the turn. You know what would be busted? A monster that can shuffle cards instead of owning monsters from graveyard as a requirement. I don't know if any of that exists in Rush in general. I'm trying to think. Most of the ones that I can think of are definitely just monsters. That doesn't mean there aren't any. I think there are a couple of cards that specifically do spells. I can't think of any that do traps off the top of my head. Okay, so we're against Hammer Crush Deal again by the look of it. Boom, boom, boom. That's fine. We've got the carrier, so if we do draw any of our high-level monsters, we are good to go. Oh, speak of the devil. Summon out the carrier, use the effect, bring back the Canaan. Summon out the Canaan. Now we wait. Tribute 2. Summon out the bunker. Use the effect. We're probably looking at bottom of deck, realistically. Because if we do bottom... No, we'll go top. We'll go top of deck, right? We're going to put this. We're going to put this. And we're going to put this. And we're going to summon. Summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out bunker. Use the effect that should mill barrier. Then top of deck's fine with this. Go 1, 2, 3. Go to battle. Swing over this. And then we'll swing over this. Then we'll pass. Now the problem here is a single Dragius completely wrecks us. There's nothing we can do about that. If he just summons, like, an Ancient Arise, we're kind of fine, because we'll still get to keep a guy. But if he just slaps down Dragius, we are hard bowed. Hey, thank you for the follow, Cosmo. Come on, anything but Dragius. Literally anything but Dragius, and we were completely fine. Okay, that is fine. This is fine. That's fine as well. Now, just say battle phase. No, 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 no. Okay, that... I mean... Thanks for the follow, Cantrip. We're still okay, right? We're not completely mucked. It would have been nice to keep a monster, but we haven't taken, like, an obscene amount of damage. The issue is we know what the top 3 are. This is where stuff gets a little bit muddy. I could use that, discard one of these, probably this, to get back another monster. But then what's that monster doing? We still don't have Femtron engraved, so Atron doesn't do anything. Drawing a single card isn't going to change anything, but we are going to need a monster. As bad as it seems, I think we do just take the Seahorse Carrier again. We'll just leave it in attack mode, but have an extra body. But this will give us a chance to draw into our YGGDRAGO next turn. I think if we do get YGGDRAGO out, I think we do just win. Dragius is the main character of Rush Duels. I mean, you're not wrong. Enjoyed your mini box review on YouTube. Oh, thanks, buddy. Always appreciate the positive feedback or constructive criticism feedback. Either's fine. I know that for spells, Magical Stone Excavation exists in Rush, but other than that, I don't know others. It's funny as well, because Magical Stone Excavation, you would think would be a legend card, but it's not. Just a regular spell. There's no reason to use this, so we will just, take it. Alright, let's see if we can draw our pieces. Oh. At this point, though, we're just hoping he doesn't top deck Drag. He only gets one draw, so he'd have to one draw the Dragius. We know he should be on 3 based on the deck he's playing. He hasn't seen any yet, assuming there's none in his grave. I want to look at your graveyard. There we go. Yeah, he's gotten kind of unlucky to not see any. Widespread as well won't save us. I mean, we don't have another option, right? We have to set 3. Then we'll pass on this. Alright, so he's got. The issue is, as well, is if we draw... If our deck gets too small, we won't have the deck size to mill to actually do anything with YGGDRAGO. And unless he leaves, like, a 900 attack monster. Yeah, okay, so here's this. I mean, we are still fine, because we pop this, and then we only take 3 attacks. So our life points will be safe. So we'll just look this over now, because it doesn't matter when we use it. I need him to attack this one first. Thank you. So now, we go barrier, and we put this boy back. Alright, we just need to draw 2 pieces off the top. Let's go. Is that our first Atron? Not Atron, Femtron. Of course it's our first one, so we can't even use it! Ah! That's just straight game, right? There's nothing we can do? Bruh, no Femtron engraved. We at least had one more draw if we had a Femtron engraved. I mean, we literally have nothing. This comes out as a 25, which doesn't do anything. He always gets a direct attack on us no matter what. Yeah, there's nothing we do. We lose to Dragius. But what can you do, eh? Again, we're not exactly playing a top-tier meta threat. We are playing one copy of each of it. We're basically playing like a bad anime deck. The thing is, when we do get 3 copies of this card, this situation will still happen, but it will be like, I've got 3 L's and 2 middle pieces. Where's my R's? Like, that still happens with maximums. That's why they get a bit clunky. Basically playing slightly easier. I mean, yeah, basically. Have you tried Harpies? I have played a little bit of Harpies. Harpies definitely are better just because you have a skill that backs it up, as well as more pieces of the middle one. Alright, here we just set everything, right? We'll set this in the middle. We've got 2 legend cards in hand. Let's see if he pops either of them. Chances are we're against 7's Axel Road here, which is going to be pretty rough. Ah, of course. Of course. He just opens the Ghost Cyclone, gets maximum value. Watch him drop another one. Just to rub it in. Okay, no second Ghost Cyclone at the very least. Yep. So this is definitely SAR. Does he have the level 7 in hand is the question. Plim plim plon. Is it Seven's Road? No, it's Dark Sword. Okay. And a back row. But at least I get to keep a monster. Is there even a reason to do this? I think there is, because there is a high chance that he just draws into back row hate. So I think we do that now. Do we bother going for a draw when we're only going to get one of them? I don't think it's worth it. I think we just set. There was an argument for weakening this, but with that back row, I still don't really like it. And again, with spellcasters outside of Pierce, which you shouldn't be running in spellcasters, or Torna, you actually really struggle to get to your opponent's life points, so just setting 3 generally is the best thing you can do against them. I've just had a nice duel. I summon my Harpy maximum on the 2nd turn, and my opponent summoned YGGDRAGO on his 3rd turn. Sounds like a pretty sick game, not gonna lie. Maximum summon is giving me depression. It's giving maximum depression. I mean, again, we shouldn't be playing it, right? We're using the silly skill that just adds like 1 copy of it to your deck, but it's what it is. Oh, you ran into Bakura. At first it seemed like Harpy's skill was garbage, but it's actually not bad. Only problem is single copies of L and R. Yeah, I mean, the thing to remember is Harpies, even right now in the physical game, are a top tier deck. Like, they are currently a very strong deck. So it's a miracle we even got them at all. I think the reason we did get them is because they were the only nostalgia bait maximum there was. There is no other maximum that is, you know, nostalgia bait. Like, they're all new cards. Because unfortunately they haven't released a Gate Guardian yet, which boggles my mind that we don't have a Gate Guardian maximum yet. Drawing with nothing to go into seems really stupid, so we're just going to set. Because again, he needs to find Torna to actually get to our life points. I don't want to just leave 1000 attack monsters out when he can summon, he can go up to like 39 and take half our life points off. That makes too much sense. Exodia maximum when? Exodia is a really weird one, because I think there's no good way to have it in the game without it feeling wrong. Because if you just make it a just powerful guy, it's like, well, no, it's Exodia. He should instantly win the game. This is a little bit tricky, but I think we are going to go for the Atron here. We can't get greedy, right? I think we have to just set it. I really want to keep it in my hand, though. Ah, should we get greedy? Should we get greedy and just try? Let's just try. Let's get greedy. If he does now draw Torna, though, we are unbelievably dead. Okay, that's fine. I could shuffle, like, Atron back into the deck. Just to, like, really push that we really need the maximum piece this turn. Right, let's go for that. Let's go for the barrier. Put the Atron back in deck. Alright, come on. Maximum this turn. This turn maximum. We have plated cards in our deck. We need a noodle maximum now. I mean, it's time. Maximum Shokan. Behold, YGGDRAGO. Ah! Right, we are going to use its effect to pop a monster. So I just don't want him having that. I'm going to set. We're going to go to battle. And we're going to attack into this. I do not want him to have the extra 200 boost. You can widespread ruin all you want, my friend. We needed the barrier as well to protect us against an SRM play. Ooh, please hit this one. Ooh. Now SRM can get scary if he has the correct graveyard setup plus a secondary boost. Oh, he's emptying the graveyard a little bit. Ahoy has the game going. Hey, Taisuru, we're having a good one. This one's going well. The other games today have been hit or miss, but we've been summoning YGGDRAGO, which is our main objective, so we've been having a good thing. You mean the friend request thing? Yeah. Maximum cooking, baby. Sup? Hey, Kalsare. This is just like in the anime. You're not wrong. Alright. Unfortunately, we only get one more effect. Because he specifically hit our... Because he specifically hit our barrier. If we had our barrier left, we'd be fine. But we are going to lose this game. All we needed was barrier. If we just... I guess the barrier wouldn't have done anything, so he wouldn't have attacked into us, right? Again, we're in that weird situation where our own effect is kind of screwing us over a bit here. Yeah, this is another thing that's going to happen with YGGDRAGO quite a lot. The thing is, part of me is like, oh, maybe I should play like a 40-card deck to try and stop some happening, but then it will just never draw the bloody maximum. I think you have to decide whether you want to win or whether you want to play YGGDRAGO. That's kind of the option. The only way, realistically, you do win with this is if you get lucky. No matter what anyone tries to gaslight you on, you have to get lucky to win with this deck. That's just how it goes, right? I mean, we'll play it out, but we have already lost. We need Pierce. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're kind of feeling like now. Again, you shouldn't need Pierce, but it depends how late into the game we draw the maximum pieces, right? But I suppose, yeah, I think we will just put Pierce in our deck after this. At least Harpies can shuffle back, and it's kind of harder to deck out. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? We have no way to shuffle back at the moment with the old YGGDRAGO. When we get the Talismanic Seal Array, at the very least, that kind of will help out, right? Because we can flip their card up, then Talismanic Seal Array to put 3 cards that we just milled back, as well as 1 extra, and we still get to like get to our opponent's life points for like a clean 4k. At least Harpies can shuffle back. I mean, when you're running a single copy of this from the skill, it kind of feels needed. Yeah, I think you're not wrong. If you can't draw all 3 early, that's a skill issue. I love how he's spinning plates now that he knows that I've lost because I have no cards in my deck. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna play all my cards. The funny thing is, he still doesn't even out the max even after doing all of this. I mean, according to GX, drawing cards is a skill. Maybe you haven't been hitting enough waterfalls. I don't think I've ever been under a waterfall, to be honest. Alright, so now the question becomes, what do we actually want to put in this deck? I don't actually think these have been doing much. I think we don't need the Spell Trap Hate. What do we think? 2 Pierce? Do you think we should go up to 3 Pierce? 3 Pierce seems excessive, right? You've never been under a waterfall? No, I've just never been under a waterfall. Not many waterfalls where I live in the world. The question is, how hard are we just turboing out our max? We don't really have any good outs to Dragius, but then again, like, what outs are there to it, realistically? I think we'll just try this out for now. I mean, I guess most people haven't. I mean, yeah. That would be my expectation. We don't have many of those waterfall things here in the UK. Maybe they should give an extra effect to the skill that if you lost like 2k life points, Phoenix Draw will be a random piece. So again, the skill that we're using now is the like the free-to-play. I don't have any maximums, so I'm going to use the skill, right? There's one for like everyone, like, you know, put one Dragius into your deck if you don't have one, or Dragius. I don't know why I keep saying Dragius. But like, it's not meant to be used competitively, right? It's meant to be a silly little skill that you use just to summon out the boss monster one time and get all excited and go, yeah, I did it, I summoned the guy. So, like, I don't think the skill needs to be changed. It's just, this isn't the skill that we should be using, right? And later on today, if you're at NA, or tomorrow if you're in Europe, you will get to actually play your Drago 3 copies of each with a real skill. So there's plenty, but none that wouldn't require flying out to another state. Well, there you go. So I've never seen one either. I think Tomato just hasn't been looking hard enough. I'm sorry, I tried. There's no reason to go aggressive here, right? There's literally no reason whatsoever. We'll just set through. Because this looks to be Rebels, and Rebels have a similar problem where they don't know how to deal with face-down monsters until they get a broken skill next set. I don't like that our opponent has Shout, though. Of course, we don't have a level 7 or higher, so it doesn't matter. But I don't want him messing with my hand. I like my Drago where it is. Mostly is a skill to complete missions without being forced to open a certain box. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Right, you've made it level 5, but for what reason? You just want to get a card out your hand? That's the only reason I can see. Tributes 2 to summon out this guy, which doesn't have an effect. And there's a gargoyle. We got a barrier. Barrier won't be live. We'll turn it off anyway. We don't need to give him any extra information. No, my juggler. Oh, my Atron. That's not good. That's really bad. Okay, we have options. We always set this. We can use this to shuffle this back in if we want to set it, or we can use this to bring it back. Either way is fine. I think we're going to set it, and we're going to set this. We're not going to bother going for like a tribute play, because we could use Reincarnation, bring back a card, tribute both for Piercing Dragon, Bunker Strike, then use Piercing Dragon with the Barrier and Widespread. But if he has another Heavy Metal, he punishes that play so hard. This way, we'll still take some damage, but we have ways to get our guy back. We're drawing 3 cards next turn. Ideally, we draw like a Seahorse or something. Well, we'd also need to get... Seahorse doesn't even do it because Upgrade isn't set up. We haven't even drawn Femtron yet either. That's fine. We're okay at the moment. This is still an okay state. Let's see what he's got. Maximum bricking. No, we're fine. We're still fine. Everything is okay. As long as he doesn't, like, drop something silly, we're fine. That's fine. So we'll let that get hit. I kind of wanted to free up a back row. So I think we are going to use Widespread here on the next attack. Then we'll just take the 1,000. Yeah, I'd like to get rid of the one that is currently attacking, please. Maximum! Exactly. Exactly. And we'll take the 1,000, that's fine. Ow. Right, we'll just draw 2 pieces now. Not quite what we wanted, but I suppose we can still do this. Into this. We basically have to do this. Activate the effect. We'll go bottom of deck. So I don't need those. Now the issue is his back row. I think we just set. Because again, we can go aggressive, but if his back row is a barrier or thingy, we get punished. So if I attack here, if he wants to use a widespread on this, that's fine. That is, again, that is fine. Because now the maximum damage he can deal to me is 25. Which means we do live another turn. We could have used Reincarnation to discard Bunker for a normal summon. Kept a piece in our hand. Next turn, we would surely draw 2 missing pieces. I mean, yeah, we just keep huffing that copium. Did you manage to max with your Fluffle deck? Saw a few of your streams that week. No, we did not. We weren't really pushing to try and max. Our objective was to get to Legend. And I think we ended on Legend. We were on Legend 3 or Legend 4. But we literally don't play speed off stream. So because of that, we weren't like trying to max out on it. We're basically playing about 3 to 6 hours of speed a week. And we're by no means do I consider myself a strong speed player. I barely consider myself a decent rush player. Right. Just another quick Thou. Okay, so that gives us 2 maximum pieces because we can grab one from the graveyard whenever we want. The issue is our deck is starting to get a little bit thin once again. So we'll set some more cards. Again, we're going to get to the same problem where we're going to deck out before we get to do anything cool. We've already milled one of our Pierce and we've put the other one to the bottom. What we could do is just shuffle our guy back in. That will also shuffle up our deck and potentially get us our Pierce a bit quicker. It's tricky to know when we want to do that. So I'd like to draw my Pierce whenever, but like I kind of want to... Well, let's just go for it. We're going to activate the barrier now. We're just going to put this back. Right, we shuffled the deck. So, theoretically, it's now less likely that we draw out, you know, it's very less likely that we draw out the maximum pieces that we're looking for, but I need the Pierce as well, otherwise we're not going to win anyway. This is where stuff gets a little funky as well, just because... Like, summon, get this out, draw 3, send 3 back. If I draw out all of my max, I can't do anything with it. Or I just set 2. I could use that to get back Atron, which is just 1 draw. I think we are going to use Reincarnation here. You aren't doing anything for me. Let's take back the Atron. It's greedy to take back the Atron here, but we're going to take the Atron. Let's use its effect. I should have just set this, realistically. Set, and set. So again, we take a maximum of 25 outside of him using like a Pierce. So we do get to live another turn either way. Ranked Rush is kinda sweatier than Speed. Depends how you think of it, I guess. Like, everyone is just going to be playing what they know works. Right, let's go Barrier here. Because, again, having these barriers here isn't going to do anything for me. And we're going to just put Atron back in, because that's just an extra draw. The more I think of it, is there any reason to put Atron back into the deck? Like, I mean, we might as well just use it again. Why not? But, like, having Atrons there or not, they're just, like, upstart goblins. And again, whether we take 25 or 21 here doesn't matter. We'll be dead if we take 2 direct attacks either way. Alright, we basically kind of need the max now. We will just draw it. We will just manifest the maximum. We pray to you, YGGDRAGO, come to me now. That's nothing. That's 0. I mean, again, we get another turn, but we're starting to run out of cards. Again, he needs Pierce to be able to kill us, otherwise we're fine. That, in a weird way, sort of helps us. Like, it doesn't really, because it just means we're now less likely to draw into our maximum pieces, but... who likes losing? No one, of course, but Rush is more luck-reliant than other means you can lose to 40-card piled decks. Yeah, I mean, Rush will always have... Like, no matter what happens with Rush, I think because Tribute Summoning is a thing... Is that game over? We've already used all 3 barrier, so if we set one, then we can't maximum summon. It is Jova. We drew like crap the entire game. Feels bad. Right, we'll go again. We'll go again. All we need to do is get just a couple of lucky games and we'll feel pretty good about this, to be honest. How do I get Shield and Sworded turn 2 and Widespreaded turn 4? Oh, you know, just run one-offs, right? It's a weird one as well, because where Legends are so strong, they're, you know, just limited to 1 copy, right? But, like, when you think of, like, TCG or Speed Duel, they also have limit 1s, right? So those are cards that are deemed too powerful to be more than 1 in the deck. So it's like... I guess it's just that Legends feel so much better than everything else. Ugh. Well, we're setting this. I guess we're just going to sit with Bunker in hand, which feels kind of gross, but we'll see what happens. I mean, that's the thing with card games, right? Is no matter what, they're always going to be afflicted with RNG. There's, like, no way around that. Or is this going to be a Harpies? Oh, I'm not using that on that. And then, yeah, we'll put it back into our deck early. I want to see it. Ooh. Take the 9. Alright, we'll go with this. This. We'll just tribute both. Summon out Bunker. Bunker effect. What do we want to do with this? We'll probably say bottom, right? So we don't want too much of this, like, clogging us up. We don't need you. Don't need you. And we don't need you. So I will set both of these. We'll let him keep his Harpy. Then we'll pass. Alright, let's see what he's got. Turn 11, and I've seen 1 tribute in my entire deck. Yeah, I mean, so it's weird, right? Because in Speed Duels, that's annoying. It's not the end of the world, but it's a little bit annoying. In Speed Duels, we have 20 card decks, which means everything feels overly consistent, right? And even then, you can still brick, right? You got to remember that all of these card games were originally designed to be played with 40 card decks, and in a 40 card deck, like, you have, like, you know, 1 card starters, and you can try and make a certain percentage of your... Oh, come on. We only have 3 tribute monsters in the deck. I mean, we're just dead. There's nothing we can do about that. Alas. Like, we set, he activates the effect, gets in 2 direct attacks for over 4,000. There's nothing we can do about it. Depends, but the skills will be helpful. That's the other thing. In Rush, there is literally no tutoring at all. There is no searching your deck. You are not allowed to search your deck for anything in Rush Duel. There will never be an effect that lets you search your deck for anything. It entirely works off of draws, filters, mill and then put it back in your hand. If you want, like, more consistency, it's about getting bricks out of your hand and just seeing more cards. Whereas, you know, in Speed, tutoring is the name of the game, right? There's a reason Ash Blossom's so good. Could we get some Harpy games? Yeah, we'll play some Harpy games in a bit. I mean, we've kind of reached the halfway point, so I guess we'll pop some Harpy probably after this game. Again, never punish for running Ghost Cyclone. Maximum value. And Draggy's turn 1. Jesus. Okay, no other monster, by the look of it. That's at least something. I need both of these 2 in the graveyard. And we've managed to keep Kana as well, which is the worst one. There's no... Like, we're going to take 25, but, like, I can't out him anyway, and I would be just trying to rely on a luck draw, so we're just going to do this and pass. Yeah, 20 cards, and for I have had cases of not opening a monster for 3 turns. Back row is able to hold for that much time. At that point, Konami just doesn't want you to win, I guess. Yeah, Dragon's Inferno and Ghost Cyclone. That's both of our Pierces gone. So now if we don't find our maximum early, we can't do anything. We really want to have like 15 cards left in deck by the time we summon the max. That's me getting ahead of myself. We actually have to be able to summon it yet. And he's still leaving the Kana. This makes me think he's like sniping or some shit. Like constantly avoiding the only monster I want in grave. I'm like, Okay, so that'll kill all of our monsters. Don't have another Dragius. Okay, that's fine. Bunker? So that means you've only got a maximum of 2 Dragius then. Hammer Crush. Who hurt this man that he's playing Ghost Cyclone, Dragon Inferno, and Hammer Crush? Now, has this guy been through like some shit? He's just so distrustworthy now of like back row. It's like it's gonna be a widespread. Well, there goes Kana. Where are my... Where my maxes at? We'll just keep going on the defensive. He just got hit by 1 widespread too many, man. Now he's going to slap down, like, Dark Magician and Dark Magic attack me. Oh, that is so gross. Alright, that means we basically got 1 more turn now. Oh, who hurt you? Who hurt you, poor soul? Oh my god, this guy. Alright, now we're back to this again. So we're pretty... Oh, no, we're tributing it off. Like, this is genuinely better. Twin Edge Dragon is so much better than having Fire Guardian out. I mean, we take 25, but we're fine. To be fair, Music Princesses has also ruined enough games for me to hate back row. I mean, yeah, but everyone's always hated trap cards just in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, right? Like Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute. Hell, even cards that are popular at the moment, Crackdown, IDP. Everyone hates these cards. We get to take a look. We got to take a look at his deck. Yeah, we'll take a look afterwards. Damn, let me get my tiny violin for this guy. Okay, we have stuff. We'll go carrier. Grab back Diva. Summon out the Diva. Tribute both. Summon out Bunker. Bunker effect. Where are my max pieces, bro? There's literally no point in having this because he has this out. Is it even worth trying to attack over? I actually think attacking is just straight out wrong. Because if we attack, he can just use his back row and kill us. I legit think just doing anything is bad. So what do? We take a maximum at the moment of 27. Alright, so now we're taking a maximum of 3,000. How many piercing dragon bug strikes? If we got both of them off, that means we know our maximum pieces aren't in the bottom 6. That means the maximum cards are the next 3 cards of our deck. They're the next 2 cards of our deck. They were literally the bottom 2 cards. I mean, even setting this doesn't do anything because he's got Dragon Slayer out. All right, I think this is Konami telling us to stop playing this. They've literally twice put all of our maximums to the very bottom of our deck. So with that, I think that's going to be us retiring the YGGDRAGO. We're going to try and play some Harpies now. All right, how do we want to play the Harpies is the next question. So if we get rid of this overlay, we can actually take a look at what we're doing. All right, what do we want to have in here? We're probably going to want these. Because that's the funny meme win. If we want to stop YGGDRAGO, we kind of want these. I don't think we need much more. Never understand why spellcasters and dragons have the best skills in Rush when they already have some of the best cards in the format. Dragons especially makes no sense to me, right? So spellcasters were balanced around having a mirror force, right? They don't have that mirror force. So I understand they get a good skill because they don't have the mirror force. Dragons have everything and they still get good skills. So it's like, what's going on? All right, what do we want here? Do we just want to play like aggro, or do we want to play... Well, we have a lot of options. Barrier goes pretty hard in Harpies, right? So Barrier is a weird one, because when you have these guys out as regular monsters, it doesn't do much, and we have the skill to recycle pieces anyway, so we don't really need our... Helps against 7's row powering up over you. But by that logic, Music Prince's Recital does exactly the same thing. I think we don't need that many recitals, though. Like, Recital stops the 7s from hitting over us, then we just attack over it ourselves, right? We don't need the recycle from Barrier, and we don't really need the power down. It doesn't work very well with 2100 attack monsters. And if we're at 34, we still don't protect ourselves from a 7's row that's maxed out. We don't protect ourselves from YGGDRAGO, and we don't protect ourselves from an opposing Harpy Lady maximum. It's because Kaiba made the game. I Ironically, I think this could be a good pick. The question is, how many more cards can we actually slap in? We want all of the Harpies, right? So we need as many wind cards to get our effects off as possible. So we're going to want these. I think some Fiends are probably fine. Now, do we just go... I don't really like the 7's Red Magician angle. Not a fan. I think the next best generic is probably Ancient Arise. I think at that point we don't need to worry about tribute monsters. So we'll probably take you as our legend. We probably still want you. Do we even need this? We'll try it out. Right, again, we're going to be throwing stuff at the wall. We're going to be mixing and maxing, chopping and changing. I want to put Urbi in my deck so bad. Like, there's no reason to. I just like it. What am I missing? We're missing, like... Aqua Engine, I guess, is probably still, like... It's a nice little 5-card package we could just slot in. If I wasn't blind. This doesn't limit us to anything, does it? Yeah, you just have to have 3 Harpy ladies. Let's try this out. See how this goes. Pigeon. Oh, Pigeon is actually a good shout. Where is Pigeon? Pigeon is... We were playing Pigeon last night when we were playing this deck. I just completely forgot it existed. How much attack has Pigeon got? Yeah, 1,000, right? We probably don't need to max out on it. The only problem is we have to take one of our engines out. I do quite like the Descendant of Titan's King's Majesty because this can stop a maximum attack, which can be relevant depending. We'll probably take out one of these, and we'll probably take out one of these. Let's go with this for now, see how this plays. Wait, where did Vorse Raider come from? Vorse Raider is a ranked reward. You're playing Pigeon. Should you play more Spell Trap? I mean, so we don't have to get Pigeon effect off, right? Like, we don't have... Like, we can just use this as a body and tribute off. That's fine. And we're playing enough Spell Traps, right? We're playing 7, which is already quite a lot. Alright, let's see how the Harpies do. Unfortunately, we have failed. We have failed to hit King of Games with YGGDRAGO. We failed to win many games at all with YGGDRAGO. But it is always going to be a very kind of luck-based thing, so... You finally put a decent card there. I mean, it depends if you want to use your Legend slot on a 1900 beta, right? It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not necessarily a good thing. Harpies already performing quite well. 100% win rate. Good job, everyone. Fucking Lamoon as a ranked UR reward is just so sad to look at. I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. Now, after the skill applies, YGGDRAGO is 33 card deck. Yes, that is correct. It's peak. Oh shit, Harpy meta again. Oh no. On a like more real talk, I don't think Harpies are actually going to be super good when the box comes out. I don't think there's enough support. I think they're missing too much for it to actually be like good. Now it'll probably still be playable. It'll be fine. It'll be coggable. It'll be playable in a tournament even. I do not think it's going to be the best deck. I do not think it's going to be anywhere near the best deck. We'll have to see. I was a Harpy player in Speed, but that deck was around for like 2 years. Like, Cyber / Harpy is one of the most engaging cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Everyone should love that card. Bow down before her. Oh, those Harpy ladies are. Right, let's just tribute it out. Then I guess we'll summon out Diva. If I'm allowed to. Red Lotus Harpies was my favourite deck from way back when. I love just thinking back to my like favourite nostalgic decks. Like, the decks I'm nostalgic for in Duel Links. That Harpies are just that strong. Holy, how do you even beat this deck? But yeah, my nostalgic Duel Links decks are like, you know, back when I first started playing. So like, Dinosaur Beatdown with 1900 attackers being a big and important thing. Negate is the most boring part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Unless it's a trap, then it's okay. I think negates are okay depending on the deck and depending on the situation. I think if you're in a meta where your opponent makes like 8 negates and is like, that's it, game over, that sucks. If your opponent sets up like a negate or 2 negates, it can be really fun to play through it and still win. But the thing I've always hated is floodgates. If someone just has a card which just says you're not allowed to do the thing, just have the out or just lose, that's what I don't like. Do they all count as Harpy Lee sisters? Yeah, while they're in the graveyard, they do. Another win for the Harpies. Yes, the name changes in graveyard. Yes, it can get each of the 3. Yes. Sorry, I missed that message earlier. Even after drawing 20, 33 of the card kept, you'd only have 20.89% to have all 3 YGGDRAGO pieces. Oof. Just do it. I have no way to get a second into grave. Ugh, that sucks. Right, we'll set. We will just tribute over. So, technically, this can out this, but we need 2 wind monsters, of which we only have this Harpy Lady, so... Do I just normal summon Boss Raider because it's funny? No, that's never the play, right? That's just never the play, right? No, we're going to set it. Set. Go to battle, and we will just kill the Ansler. Let me pass. So, for the first time, Rush meta is better than Speed. There's nothing enjoyable about sheer Tachyon meta. Yes. It's a weird one, because I think the Speed meta pre-Tachyon was, like, some of the best Speed we've ever had. Like, I think the meta pre-Tachyon was so diverse. It was interesting. All the different decks we were seeing were really, really cool. And then it just stopped. Do not summon another Dragius, bro. Okay, this is fine. Battle phase. Battle phase. No. No, no. Okay. Well, we'll have 2 wind and grave, so if we do draw out another sisters, we can out one of these. Unfortunately, attacked in the right order as well. Well, we'll do this. We'll still lose our guy. We'll still lose 400 life points. Ah. We don't even have a target for the seahorse. Now, I'm pretty sure we do not have our other piece yet. We do not. So all normal. I'm going to tribute to summon. I'm going to go ahead and activate the effect of Sisters. I mean, I guess we'll put this back. Do we even want this back in? I don't even think we do. We'll just put these two back in. If I boost this, it doesn't make any difference, so I have to boost this. The question is, do we mill one? I don't have to. Let's go for the mill. This guarantees that we can clear, right? That's the whole point of this. So now we'll go battle. We'll just swing with this. Then we'll swing with this. And we'll pass. Alright. Oh, joke's on him. Yame Ruler does nothing. I mean, it stops us from summoning the Ancient Arise Dragon, but we weren't trying to summon it anyway. We still just have 3 Pierce face down. This is the weird reason why I don't like running 3 Pierce, but like in that last game when we were playing YGGDRAGO, our opponent just popped both of our Pierce. We were like, we don't have Pierce anymore. Just Harpy's too strong, mate. Harpy's too strong. Should we take a quick peek at his deck and see what he was on? So this is what he was working with. So no widespread. So our man is clearly free to play. That's what we're seeing here, right? 2 Dragius. Got that from the login event. This was from a bundle. I'm surprised he's got this bundle but not the other one. I mean, all things considered, this is like a fine free to play deck. He like needs too many. He needs more boss monsters in it, but 3-0. Yep, 3-0 at the moment. Let's see if we can go all the way up to 5. I'm not feeling confident, but you never know. That's truly a deck. We're against Gavin. Let's see what Gavin's got for us. That is annoying. I would like to have not drawn that. Against Gavin as well. Alright, we're going to set. I think we are going to tribute this out. The question is, are we doing attack mode or defense mode? I think we will put it in attack mode. And the reason we're going to put this in attack mode is a lot of the time, he'll probably want to Yami Ruler us, and I'd almost rather he just put his Yami Ruler in attack and left it in attack. Now, based on his skill, he could be on anything. He could just be on Harpies. He could be on Red Eyes Rebels. See, now that is greedy. That is so greedy. Unless he needed to do this to clear, and he was just like clearing this is the most important thing over everything. Okay, I respect it. I think it's almost now a shame that he used Shielding Sword there. I almost would have just rather set this. I think it's hard to call though. Summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out Arise. Summon out Kanan. Summon out Kanan. Set. Activate the effect. Go to battle. Right, we'll swing with this first, because this plays around Barrier, but does not play around Recycle. So now he's got Barrier, because this is now in the graveyard, which means he now has the ability to use it. We don't have any dragons or aquas in Grace, so we have no idea if he's playing. Okay. Then we just pass. He's on 17, so unless he pulls something very crazy off here, this is not looking great for him. Ooh. You got any monsters? Come on, buddy, I'm rooting for you. You got this. Yeah, here we go. Beast Gear Buggy Dog comes down. Into pass. Okay, so he could have a couple of different things. I guess we are just going to summon this out, right? We'll throw this out. That means we could have maximum summoned this turn if we'd done things in a different order. That's fine. We'd had to have used this first as the very first thing we did. Alright, we'll attack with this. Now he's going to use Widespread Ruin. Ooh! I mean, that doesn't really do anything. Does take that back to his hand, which could do something next turn. If there is a next turn. I don't think there's going to be a next turn. He was on the bind. Okay. Okay, well we're at 4-0, and we haven't actually maximum summoned with the deck yet. And now we're going to run head first into the like dragon aggro player. We're going to run straight into someone on triple Dragius, playing the Beast Engine. Oh, it's a US of A. Roa Cassidy. This could still be... Ooh, okay, so probably a Red Eyes Rebels, or it could be Red Eyes Warriors. Could also just be what we're on, basically, like a hodgepodge harpy deck. Right, we'll set. Summon. We are just going to tribute out the harpy ladies, because, like... Why not? And we'll summon out a Vorse Raider and attack as well. This isn't a bad board. Like, this isn't super, super easy to break. If he is on Rebels, he can just pop all of our stuff. Like, he'll pop the Vorse Raider, get the big boost, go after our other guy. Which is still fine. Healer. So this is probably maximum. Oh no, this could be Dark Magician. This is probably Dark Magician. What have you got for me, sir? We'll be going to see the Dark Magician. Now, if you're a Dark Magician, you would have shotgunned it already, right? There's no way you don't. Okay, Dark Sword comes down. Oh, what's this last card? Nothing, so it's probably another Dark Sword Magician. Okay, we do lose that, but we do get to maintain. So, I'm not sure you meant to do that. I mean, I don't need to get fancy with this, right? We'll just do this. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. We'll just summon out the Canaan. Set a back row. Activate the effect. Go to battle, swing. Swing for 19. Swing for 24. Or for 14. And then we'll pass. So 18 life. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he has got for us. Light Sorcerer. Okay, I respect it. No other lights to weaken any further. Down to 21. And there's Scoop. So that... Yeah, there we go. We just KoG'd. We just casually strolled into KoG with the Harpies, I guess. That is so underwhelming, right? That is so... I don't know how I feel about this. We were trying so hard to KoG with the YGGDRAGO deck. Like, we were just like... I mean, we were trying to. We didn't expect to at all, though, right? But then just to walk in and just casually get 5 win streak on the Harpies, our first 5 games on it, it's just like... Bruh. Harpy's best deck. Apparently so. Even if you don't summon Harpy ladies, still just the best deck. I mean, we're going to play some more games, right? Why not? I mean, your Drago deck is literally incomplete. I mean, you're not wrong, but so is the Harpy deck. Right? We still don't have what I would consider to still be like the better Harpy skill, because they shoot out a lot more things. Just seems a lot more practical. We still don't have the Harpy's Pet Dragon, which again is going to be the main, like, maximum out. I suppose we don't have to worry about that because we're not actually playing against maximums. It's just the facts, man. Can't beat the harpies. When Cyber Slash coming to Rush is the next question. Oh, sisters. With some back row to protect. Okay. Well, there's our sisters. So we'll summon. 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 Set. Battle. Swing. And we'll get him for 21. And then we'll pass. Oh shit, the mirror match. Finally a worthy opponent. Where's our Rush Synchros, Komani? That's the weird thing. We still don't know what we're getting as our next Rush mechanic. Like, in Go Rush, the big, like, new mechanic was equip spells. And it's like, wow. Equip spells? That's crazy. Whoa. I still would like to see rituals come. But I want ritual monsters to be in the extra deck. Right, so you main deck a ritual spell, and then you ritual out monsters. I think that'd be a cool little mechanic. There's like nothing super fancy we can do here, so I guess we will just make it a rise. We want this out of our hand either way. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. I wish equips were early rush. There are some equips that could just quite happily come out, I think, to be honest. What do we have? We've only got the 2, so we'd have to shuffle that back in. No, we don't need to do that. Let's slam in. And slam in once more. Oh, recital. I respect it. How would you feel about Synchros XEs? I wouldn't be opposed to them coming out in Rush, but in the same way that fusions don't work in the same way, I think you would have to change them a little bit. Truly great early Yu-Gi-Oh! Nostalgia bait. We kind of got that with the Jersey BLS, haha. I do quite like the Jersey stuff, not gonna lie. Do I just put that in my hand and then just like summon it out? Then I can't do any damage, but I'm not gonna do any damage anyway. So we will use Elegant Egotist. We'll reveal this. We'll add this. And we'll bin this. And we're going to summon out Tribute for this. And we'll just get a battle. We'll just swing. 1, 2. Oh, is it another recital? Oh, it's another recital. And we'll pass again. I think we're in an okay position right now. Let's see what he's got. He's going to use his Elegant Egotist, so we don't take any damage this turn. I don't think you could reveal that one. Oh, it's just reveal the 21. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That is how that works. Bit of such but that would be cool. Ritual extra deck. Remember how many times in the anime the characters would just spam equip spells? That's one of the things I love in Rush, having nostalgia, old cards, and reimagine them after silly or making a whole archetype around them. The Jersey's Utopia Baseball and the Dice archetype and so on. Yeah, I do really like them. I think the Baseball one is a bit weird. Like, aesthetically, I'm not a big fan, but I do love them mechanically. So, like, it all kind of works out. We still don't have our cards as we want them. Alright, let's summon out this. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Bring this out. Then I'm going to go ahead and activate the skill. Reveal this to our opponent again. Then I'm going to just grab back... I guess this one. Fun. Send this to grave. There's not really much to do here. We still always have access to our... Get a card back from grave. Which means I think I can just tribute this out, and it doesn't really make much difference. We'll go to battle, we'll swing. Then we'll swing. I'm a little bit worried that he just gets his combo off before we get ours. I just need that last piece, and we're good to go. Okay. The fact that he has to use the skill is fine for us. Because we've got the reincarnation, so we can do... When we do draw our last piece, we are just good to go. Where is our card? The issue now is that we're going to run out of cards at this rate. Unless we start like putting them back. Alright, let's activate this again. Reveal this. Add this back to our hand. Put this in the graveyard. Do we just... So we've already used the skill. Which means no matter what, we're not killing this turn. I could start putting cards back into my deck. But then that gets clunky because then we're less likely to draw out the last piece that we need. So here we're just going to go battle. We're just going to swing. The other issue is, we still have our King's Majesty, so we are probably going to be fine then. We're both just sat here like, we're so close to summoning out our guys. And so on, yeah. And we still have the typical Yu-Gi-Oh! Designs side by side, which I love. On the one hand, Noodles and Jersey meme artworks, and something like Blaze Fiend's Demons from Hell and Lucifer with some of the most badass artworks, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've always liked the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh! Does that, right? You have, like, really silly-looking decks that also... You have, like, really cool-looking decks, right? And that's why I've always really liked Fluffle, because it, like, juxtaposes the two. You get the Fluffle cards, which is like, oh, you're playing, like, a plushie deck. That's kind of weird. But then it's also, you've got the Edge Imp stuff. Oh, he had his as well, but he's already used his skill, which means we don't take any damage this turn. Wait. What? Okay. And it perfectly fits Sora's character. Yeah, his, like, facade, and then you peel away the mask, and he's actually a member of the Academy. And then it actually turns out he becomes a goodie. Sora is just such a well-written character, I think. Alright, what do you have for me, sir? We've taken back Magician's Valkyria, which was a very strange card to take. Then we're setting a monster in defense mode. And again. And we're passing. Right, could we just one time harpy off the top? Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alright. What have we got in here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't actually have a ton. I guess it'll go up to 6. So we will fire this off now, because we just don't want to deck out. Just in case. So we'll go 1, 2 back into the deck. Doesn't matter what we're boosting because it's about to go back in. Then we maximum Shokan. Here it comes. Harpy Lady Sisters maximum mode. Then we can activate the effect again. We'll just go ahead and put more cards back in our deck. Boost this thing's attack. Flip over the Pierce. Then we don't even need to set. We're kind of fine. Did we set this just in case? No, there's no world, right? Battle. Whoa. 29 and bam. And that's how we're supposed to play the deck. But this is the first time in 6 games we've actually managed to do it. It's a weird thing as well, because even in the modern Harpy Lady deck, right, in Rush, you don't actually maximum summon very nice. You do maximum summon, but it's never your main win con. It's always a backup plan. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Vlad. Appreciate it. But Harpies are a deck which is completely fine just summoning out their 2100 dudes and beating you to death with them. Obviously, we don't have all their tools, so they're not going to be as reliable at doing that in the old Duel Links, but the maximum summon for Harpies seems like a happy accident when it happens. Yeah, exactly. Because they get really good trap cards later, as well as, you know, some really good spell cards, which makes them really good. It's like they've recently got a new monster, which can just destroy your opponent's monsters, which is just so powerful. It doesn't matter if they're face up, face down, doesn't matter what level they are, which is so good in Rush. That's so good. People, please. Oh, we got a D and Keto. We're also on Darkness Crested Hawk. My man has been cooking. Yeah, it's the nice thing about Maximums. They're even good on their own. He's a little bit big for me. I guess we're just going to go triple defense, right? We can't beat over it. There's no point in trying. Just wasted effort. Not only in maximum mode. Yeah, well, that's... I think they realized the mistake almost immediately. Because when Asana comes out, which should be, like, the next character, and presumably the next box, we'll get Worm Excavator Heavy Cavalry Draco, which is... like, it's just a vanilla, like the middle piece, but it's 2500 attack, which means it's worth just summoning out. Which is nice just to have a piece that's just not complete garbage. And, like, they realize that so soon. Oh, that's the Harpy Lady Sisters. We're gonna boogie. We're on Volt Condor, Darkness Crested Hawk, D and Keto, and the Harpies. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. I don't want you just gaining life points constantly. That's just going to be annoying. Ah, my Vorse Raider. There's not, like, a ton to do here. I could crash and then try and get in for some damage, but I don't even think that's worth it. I'd almost rather just stays on the board, because then he can't bring it back. We'll just play it cool. We'll just wait until he forces us to do something. So 3 months, please. All right. I'm willing to give Konami the benefit of the doubt and say that 3-month thing was because of, like, Christmas and having a lot of speed stuff to get out. We cannot have gaps bigger than 2 months, right? 2 months feels appropriate. Now, obviously, we'd love to get updates every month. I think for a lot of people, that seems a little bit unrealistic. So, 2 months. No longer, Konami. No longer. Just the 2. We'll give you the 2. We get updates in the physical game every 1 to 2 months. Like, they should be able to keep up with the, what do I want to do here? Do I go aggressive? Feeling it's true. Next 2 structure decks before the new box. Dinos and hubs. I don't think they're going to do a dino structure deck. Actually, saying that. Maybe. Right, let's get this hand empty. We don't want to just sit here with all this stuff in our hand forever. Why is our skill live? Oh, because we can just mill cards now. We're not going to do any damage anyway, so why not? Alright. We'll reveal this. We can take this back to our hand. We're not going to need this. Might as well tribute this out. Flip this up. Yeah, go on then. We'll activate this. We want to just mill stuff anyway. We'll go battle. We'll just swing. We'll swing. And we'll swing. They need to remove the gem limit so we can actually save gems for us. But that's what they don't want to do, Dingus. They want you, or Dingus, they want you to spend your gems on other stuff and never have quite enough that you need, so you're more incentivized to spend money. That's what they want. 2 months would allow them to make more cards than they're adding to Duel Links, which is how it needs to be, yeah. It will at least fix part of the problem with waiting for new content. I'm sitting here on my hill of gems like a dragon. I mean, yeah, I'm exactly the same, right? I've got... Oh, man, just casually, like, turn 3 just drops his maximum. This is his turn 4, I want to say. I guess we're only one piece away from getting ours. He didn't even use the skill, did he? No, he did use the skill, so we're not going to take any damage this turn. Well, except for that. The problem is if he has Pierce, just like face down as one of those cards, which he could quite easily have, we have already lost the game. Do we have our boy? We don't yet, but we could get him by doing this. Right, we need to mill our... Right, we'll take this back. There is not to. Unfortunately, Recycle doesn't work here, because it's level 8 or lower monster declares an attack. We still didn't see our boy. This is looking like it's not in the cards for us. And we'll set these. Ironically, our best play is probably tribute over this set and then just pass. So we tribute set because if he has Pierce, we don't die to this. With only one monster, he can only attack once. Which means he now needs to get 2 Pierce to actually kill us. How many gems is it to completely clear out a box? It's what, like 13k, right? How many hours to the new box? It's scummy, but hey, there's a reason to call them co-money, yeah. 1350 for full mini box. 11 hours to go. Yeah, in 11 hours, it's going to be gone midnight here, so it'll literally be the next day. Let's Descendant of Titans. Well, once again, we're not actually going to do anything with this, so we might as well just keep doing this. Yeah? We put this back, why not? Gets these cards out of my hand I don't want. And then we will end. The issue here is because he found his third piece so quickly, he is basically in the driver's seat. We are going to be in struggle, need to refill our deck constantly once we get our guy out. If we ever get our guy out, that is. Could I please see my last maximum piece? Nope, still in the bottom 2 cards of the deck. Because where else would it be? I need as many cards left in my deck as possible. Alright, we're just going to pass on this, because the worst case scenario, we just set this next turn. Yeah, that's that gone. Now, please have it not be the last card in my deck. Okay, there we go. Alright, how do we want to play this? I could put 2 more cards into my deck, but then that makes no difference. There's no difference between doing that and just leaving 2 cards in my hand. I mean, there kind of is, because it means there's another activation for Harpy Ladies. No, I think we're just going to hard maximum summon here. Maximum Shogun. Now we activate the effect and shuffle some cards back into our deck, which can be these 2. That way we won't deck out next turn. Don't tell me he's just going to leave. Not for us, we're waiting on for a couple of shop cards. The moment the new stuff drops, buying the 2 new bundles and the rest of those. Mate, I'm buying the 2 old bundles and the 2 new bundles. Oh, come on! We finally got to summon it, and he just quits. Ah, that's a shame. But the music is kicked in, though. A bit of a bop going on right now. I don't see you winning this, to be honest. I didn't see us losing it, to be honest, Zach. So we're at a situation where we use our skill, gain the 500, then we attack. No matter what back row he has, he cannot protect his monster. We go up to 5 cards in deck, and then either he does what we were doing and starts just putting monsters one at a time in defense, and then we have to try and deal with that. The following turn, we got to put 2 more cards back into our deck, and because we don't have to play anything, we basically have 2 more draws for free. We were in like such a really good position to just win that, and there was almost nothing he could have done to win from there. So like, I strongly disagree with that opinion. I can actually play Light Machines now, lol. I mean, is that because you're waiting for the Barrel Dragon? See, I, Corono, have gotten 2 Urubi, and I've seen the Madolche Link every single time. I could have had a playset of the Madolche Link, but only 2 Urubi so far. Imagine if Konami also released Harpy's Feather Duster to go along with Harpy Lady Sisters. Oh, no, 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 no. No. Please, no. This is tricky. He doesn't have the wins at the moment. I don't really care about the damage. No, because it has to be 10-6 summons anyway. Right, we are just going to tribute this out. We'll set. We'll set. We'll set. We'll go battle. I'm going to attack over Gazelle. Okay, you want to widespread that? That is A-okay, buddy. Oh yeah, I forgot the box hasn't dropped yet, so there's no way to out maximum. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if all the outs to maximums were available, then yeah, we would have got completely cooked there. 100%. 100%. If he was also playing a different deck, we also probably would have been cooked. Right, we're going to flip this over now, just because, again, like, if he gets out the max, it's going to be useless anyway. If he has any back row hate, he's already got 2 beasts out. Like, let's just nip that in the bud now. That's underwhelming. With 3 back row as well, I don't really want to try and attack into this. Do we have an Aqua in grave? We don't, so we will just set the Canaan. And we'll set this and then pass. I would like to see a Duster. Now, Shui, when you say that, is that just because you don't like the back row? You don't like running into the back row? Because we already have a decent amount of back row hate now. I mean, we played against the Dragon player earlier, who was playing, what? He was playing Cyclone, he was playing Dragon Inferno, he was playing Dragonic Slayer, and he was playing Hammer Crush. Ugh, that's not a particularly interesting hand, unfortunately. Guess we continue to go on the defensive until we draw something playable. And we pass. I hate running into back row spam. Yeah, there aren't that many rush decks that do back row spam, but eh. Because as far as I'm aware, Duster isn't available in speed, right, at the moment? Because Duster is a card in speed that in a lot of ways I think is okay. I don't know how much I actually believe what I'm saying right now. Yeah, we'll just let that go. Someone must have hurt that little dragon player. Must have had trauma. I mean, probably, yeah, realistically. This isn't. I can get this over this. I guess that's worth doing. I don't really care about the life points again, so we will just fire off Elegant Egotist. Reveal this. Grab this back. And what do we want to send to the grave? Probably just a Diva. There's no real point in summoning this, is there? Summon. I guess there is. The question is, do we bother using its effect? We don't need to. How many do we actually have in grave? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got plenty. Alright, we will tribute it. Straight up for this. Or normal. I don't think... Are we going to summon this? We don't need to. I'm going to activate the effect of Sisters. Put these 2 back in. Again, the whole point of this isn't actually to clear his board. It's just to stem the bleeding. We attack over this. He shouldn't have anything that stops this. And then if he wants to, he potentially has a barrier for this. It should be fine. If he barriers, he barriers. Duster is very much not okay in speed. I think it'll be fine. I don't play any trap cards, so it doesn't matter to me. Duster is technically locked behind a skill. Yeah, I feel they would definitely need to have Duster behind a skill instead of just straight releasing it as its own card. Yeah. Right, 2 boys come down. Shield and sword. Okay. My man is scared of losing something here. Okay. Hammer Crush. Okay. I don't mind losing either of these. You can take whichever one you want. Take the Pierce. That's fine. Ancient Arise boost. Gets him for 3,000. It's a shame I don't have a 1,400 butt there. No, we will do this. I'm going to leave my guy up. Again, we're not planning to do anything important, so we will just fire this off. Ooh. That means next turn we can do our maximum summon if we want. Right, we'll set. We'll set. I don't need to do anything else, right? I think we just pass on this. Have we seen our reincarnation already? No, we haven't. So we might be actually able to kick things off a little bit earlier if we draw our reincarnation next turn. Calm down, Speed doesn't have Dusty yet. Nail is another healer crush skill user. Interesting. Hammer crush skill user. Yes. I mean, yes? Yes. No? Yes? I don't know. I haven't looked at the skills. Seagull's Carrier. Ooh. Doesn't really change anything. Alright. We fire off the skill. Reveal this. Take this back to hand. Send this to grave. We maximum summon. We'll activate the effect. Put this and this back. Boost this. Do 500 damage to him. Go to battle. Swing over that. Swing over that. Swing over that. Pass. Now the problem is, if he summons out his maximum, we do just kind of lose. Ah, he knows the strat! He knows. Back into the deck, everyone. Right, how many have we used? 1, 2, which means we only have this left. If we fire off this Pierce, and this doesn't kill, we don't get to do anything. But all we can do is swing. 34 would have been a good amount of damage to get in, but he still would have been on 14, which is 3 activations. This is the issue as well, is because we had to dig. We might actually be... Now, I think no matter what, we're kind of in a really bad spot here, right? I really need to draw another Harpy Lady Sisters. We have 2 left in the deck. I really need one of them in my hand now. If I just attack into this... Well, we're just going to use the effect, I think. We need to knock deck out. We need to keep getting the burn going. Activating this just seems bad no matter what. There's no reason to even set these, if they're why I'm bothering. If we hadn't milled all of our pierces, we'd be in a really good spot. But we have, so we're not. Okay. We probably just lose. Is it even worth attacking him? I mean, it makes no difference if we do or we don't. He's always drawing 1 card either way. If we hadn't milled both of our other stop defense, both of our other pierce, we would have just won this game. But we've got a little bit unlucky here, which is a shame. Is there just nothing we can do? Do we just lose this game no matter what? We can't sack off the maximum. We'd have to draw into one of our other 2 pieces. But even if we do sack off the maximum... Because we don't have any pieces in the graveyard. We have no 1 tribute monsters in grave to get back with reincarnation. The problem is that I think by the time we do draw a Harpy Lady Sisters, he's just going to maximum summon out his guy. Yeah, here we go. So now this is where we're basically screwed. Because he drew out his last piece before we drew out one of our 2 copies of Harpy Lady Sisters. Like, last turn, if we had access to Sisters, we could have just done it the other way around. The problem is, because we had to dig so deep to find the last piece of our max, we didn't really get a say. We kind of had to just go back and start chucking all of our stuff back into our deck. It's very awkward. Very, very awkward. And we still don't even have the card that we need. Right, how many Pierce has he used? 0. So he hasn't seen any of his Pierce, assuming he's on Pierce. There is obviously a chance he's just not on Pierce. We lost our trap card as well. We have, but we have milled everything important. We just lose, right? There's literally nothing we can do. We could put 1 monster in defense, but us having 1 monster in defense doesn't do it. Like, we have to pray he just doesn't have Pierce. But, like, there's no way he doesn't have Pierce, right? If he has Pierce, we just lose. There's no monster we can put in defense that we don't instantly die. It would have to literally be Ancient Arise. Which is too much of a card investment. He didn't have Pierce. So does he just not play Pierce then? Then how does he plan to win games? What? 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 Alright. I'm speechless at that play. I do not know what he was doing. I don't know what the plan was. Oh, we lost our music. Go again. So, if this gets stopped, has he used... He's already used Widespread. So, the most annoying thing could be is stop the attack. Then I'd get an attack in and an attack in. I guess we always just do this, right? I mean, we just try and push for the win, right? I don't think there's any other play worth making. If he stops us, he stops us. I think that's what we're going to just go with. If he has a recital, then he just wins. We're just going to play as if he doesn't have it. Yeah, he wins. Was that his only recital we've seen? Or was that a second? I think he's actually just playing a one-of recital. Mind you, even if he didn't do that, he only would have lost... Well, no, he would have lost an extra 3,000 in a year. Well, that's that. Wait, is that the piece that shuffles back from the grave? Yeah, the middle piece is the one that shuffles back from the grave. I mean, we're dead. Let's just stop fucking around, buddy. Let's just... Yeah, we got into a really weird position there. We ended up milling. Like, if we didn't mill all of our important cards, we do just easily win there, right? But we milled King's Majesty, which keeps us in. We milled 2 copies of Pierce, which keeps us in. And the bottom 2 cards of our deck were the Harpy Lady Sisters that we needed to see earlier to sacrifice our maximum to push for the win. So, like, everything that could go wrong went wrong. As well as the fact, by the way, our third maximum piece was right at the bottom of our deck, so we had to mill all the way through it to get to it. so that we could actually, and then we needed to keep pumping cards back into our deck so we didn't deck out. It was such an awkward game. I could also see a Riser bundle in the... No, Rise is way too good to come out now. Like, way too good, surely. Like, I think Zabor comes out before Riser. YGGDRAGO be like, imagine can't out a set card. It's just passed. Should I just push? Just because it's funny? Summon, summon, summon. I could put that back in my hand, but I don't really want to. Let's just do this. Bang. 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 Putting down a 400. Let me pass. Hey, everyone, he played YGGDRAGO today. He lost to a set card. I'm guessing this guy is here just to get his daily games or whatever. And we respect that. Mad respect. But yeah, I hope that these games today are at least a good example of, like, the really awkward things that can happen with maximums, right? Sometimes you're really close to being able to summon it, but you don't actually manage to assemble all the pieces. Sometimes the piece you need is just on the bottom of your deck, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes you will be in a situation where you can't just out a defensive monster. That's one of the big issues that a lot of people have with Magnum Overlord, is that if your opponent just sets cards in front of him, he doesn't do anything. So you've got to always have these, like, extra cards that help you out, and that always feels really bad. That's why YGGDRAGO generally should feel like the best one, but just the steep cost of milling a 30-card deck is super gross. No, we'll just set 3 pass, right? There's nothing else we do with this hand. I mean, yeah, we get more Cyberse stuff and more than one copy of each piece, then that still won't take away the fact that if you want to use both of YGGDRAGO's effects, which, let's be honest, you probably won't be, but if you do want to use both, you're still milling 6 cards. So 6 cards potentially over the course of, like, let's say 2 turns. That's 12 cards milled, as well as a potential, you know, like 10 cards drawn. Like, that's... You start thinking about it like that, and it gets a bit crazy, right? When you're playing a 40-card deck, you don't even really think about it. Like, you just happily mill the cards because you've got such a big pile to work with. Right, summon out. Tribute over. Summon this. We're gonna set. We're gonna set. Go battle. Swing into this. I'm gonna swing into this. So that is a barrier then. He needed the card to be there. He needed the card engraved before the toggle turned on. Yeah, I just mean it gets better than it currently is when the new stuff. The cost is really hard though, yeah. I think because of how steep the cost is, I actually think just running a load of copies of Talismanic Seal Array might be the correct thing for Cyberse. The only problem being, if you run like 2 or 3, suddenly it gets very awkward, right? Because if you just open a hand of like 3 Talismanic Seal Array, the game might just be over on the spot, which is super gross. That's rude. Attack over my Vorse Raider. This man's 3-card combo just to out Vorse Raider. It's okay, I'm gonna keep my Harpy Lady though. No, my Harpy Lady! I think we're gonna toggle off. We don't really care about saving that. Right, let's see what we find here. Not like the best assortment of cards, but it definitely could have been worse. Right, set. We know his back row is the barrier, so we don't have to worry about it. So I go 1, 2, slap this bad boy down, set another card, activate the effect of Ancient Rise, go to battle, swing over his Ancient Rise. Let's see if he flips over the barrier. He does not, and we'll pass. And he's already used his legend as well, so I have to worry about that. Hammer Crush deal! Now he's going to hit this because we didn't show that we had a toggle on this one. Which unfortunately means we're going to lose our widespread, but it is what it is. Let's see what our opponent has for us. Has he got a Dragius is the question. Yeah, there's no reason to not pop this one. Like, widespread is 100% the pop. Yep. Which does suck, but again, it is what it is. It's a bit weird that he did it like that instead of setting this, but fine, I guess. Okie dokie. So we don't really care about getting damage in. So I'm tempted to just start popping that. Right. We'll go Elegant Egotist. Reveal this. And grab this back. Then we'll send... Ooh. Guess this? Then... I guess we'll do this. We'll summon this out. Activate its effect. Grab this back. Normal. Set. Set. Go to battle phase. I'm attacking to this, see what he's got. If he wants to use a widespread, that's fine. We do not mind widespread. Then we'll swing into this. And again, he'll use the barrier here. He's going to flip this one over. He's not going to use the barrier? That was probably the best shot you had at using the barrier, Meddy. I don't know why you wouldn't just fire it off. I mean, we feel relatively safe right now. We're going to go straight to battle. No. Bit weird we summoned in this set then. I think we do just straight negate this attack. I'm going to stop playing Rush Ladder till I get back row hate spells. I mean, that's absolutely fair enough, really. I can't with these first turn one-offs. I mean, yeah, it's annoying, but like the same thing happens in speed, so I can't be like too annoyed at it. But yeah, back row hate definitely does make it more tolerable. Oh, my boy. Activate skill. Look, I have a Harpy Lady Sisters. Why is it this all the time? No, we'll throw this one away. Set. I mean, I guess I can't just do that though, because change this to defense. We'll set this. Do I tribute set? That's the question. Yeah, go on then. We'll tribute set. There's no point in trying to attack because we know that our opponent has the barrier. We're going up to 26, will not do anything. We can attack over this, but we're not going to get any damage in, so all we're doing is get rid of a Gazelle. Fucking first turn widespread, yeah. Okay. Got the double. He is running out of cards very quickly here, though. This is very funny. Because he's done it in this order, I can do this and punish him hard. Where is she? She's in the bottom too. Alright, we need to think here. If we use our skill, we can't get any damage in. We would have to use that to go up to 4 cards. Oh, that is gross. It's always the last piece, is always the last bloody 2 cards of the deck in it. Alright, if we use the skill, dump 2 in the grave, we would be able to put it back into our hand. We'd be able to use our Harpy skill 1 time, thus putting 2 cards into our deck. We would have to lose a card from our hand already, which means we would only have 5 in hand. We'd go down to 2, which means we would deck out. If we use our skill, we can't bet on Pierce, because we won't be able to deal any damage. Alright, unironically, the winning play is set. Activate Reincarnation. No, wait, this still doesn't do it. This still doesn't do it because we'd have 1 card too few. He can't mill, though. Because even if we do nothing, we still just win, right? I guess it depends what his back row is. So he attacks, he attacks, he attacks directly. He can't mill because he's going to draw 2. If we set this, I think we just pass. I think that's it. If he has a way to draw, or a way to put cards back into his deck, then there's nothing we can do anyway. What a boring way to win. That's assuming he still hasn't got any tricks left. I don't think there's anything he can do here. Oh, let's have a look. I mean, widespread isn't always the issue, though. It's when they get widespread when you get very little. Yeah, I mean, the timing is always going to be important, but I think widespread ruin is just so powerful compared to all the other back row that it's like, a lot of the time you'll be sat there like, if it's widespread, I'm screwed, there's nothing I can do. If it's anything else, I'm completely fine, I've played around everything. Ooh, no, that still doesn't do it. Unless you've got like a Pierce. Okay, well we do win. It's a bit of a boring way to win. What if we can try and kill him? Maximum Shokan! The bottom 2 cards of the deck, let's go! Boost it up, burn our opponent, go to battle, swing over this. Swing over this. Swing over this. We're not letting you deck out. We're winning on our terms. Woo. What a win. Imagine we have all Harpies at 3 copies. Mate, if we did... I don't know... set Quantum Hole. I don't know if it would drastically change things. It probably would. Because, right, the main thing is that when you're playing all the Harpy Ladies at 3 copies each, you basically don't run other tribute monsters, because you don't need to. You've got 9 high-level monsters. I mean, they're only level, like, 5, but you still don't really want more than that in your deck. So, the consistency comes in that you'd be using these a lot more to, like, beat people up, rather than using something like Ancient Arise Dragon, right? I've actually left that overlay off this whole time, which is fine, I guess. I feel like the only reason we don't is because they made the stupid decision to make life points 6k. Alright, I agree that I would much rather just straight up have rush duels available to me, right? At the very least, in like the duel room, I'd like a way to say, turn skills off, give us the right number of life points, lock decks to 40, just so you have the option, right? But I understand why, right? Because one, for the Japanese players, they don't want it to just be an online simulator. They don't want it to be like just Master Duel. And even Master Duel's ban list isn't exactly the same. They want it to be its own thing. So people have a reason to play both Physical Rush and Rush Duelings, right? So I get it. And obviously, it's meant to be played on your mobile. It's meant to be played while commuting. You're meant to be able to play a few games back to back very, very quickly. And again, I get all of that. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I know what I like, and I personally would rather just have, you know, a simulator where I can just play physical rush duels, right? I hope we get maybe 1 or 2, if the effect monsters, and a trap soon. The equip, I don't think we will get in Toasty. Yeah, I really don't think we'll get the equip. Maybe we could get like Harpy Lady 3 or something, like something along those lines. I don't think we could get Harpy Lady 1 yet. I think that'd be too good. Master Duel ban list is a meme. The devs don't know what's balanced. I feel like the problem that I have with the Master Duel ban list is they've even come out and said they do it entirely based off of statistics, right? Oh, statistically, someone using this card at this many copies is winning a little bit too much than they should be, so we're going to hit this card. And it leads to like these really weird changes where it's like, oh, this really problematic card's going to go down to like 1, and then everyone's sat there like, you could just ban it, just get rid of it. Or like when cards go down to 2 as well, it's like, bruh, just 1 or ban. Just don't mess around with this semi-limited stuff. But yeah, I am inclined to agree, Shui. I think Master Duel's ban list does feel like OCG light, I guess. Oh, but we did get to play a bunch of Maximum today. We got to Maximum Summon a bunch. I do think that the YGGDRAGO deck is going to be decent depending on how much we can refill our decks. And I am actually going to try out a 40-card YGGDRAGO build at some point, you know, tomorrow or whatever, when we have access to the box. Harpies, again, I don't know how much stronger this Harpy deck gets. You basically just replace these Ancient Arises with Harpy's Pet Dragon. Harpy's Pet Dragon is at least an okay turn 1 play, because you can set a 2500 defense monster that can't get popped by heavy metal, for example. So that's something. But Harpies, I'm not sure how good they're going to be going forward. I hope they're good. I really think that the really scary decks, obviously Royal Rebels, obviously Spellcasters, obviously Cyberse. Maybe not so obviously Cyberse. We'll have to see how that goes. But with that, we are going to be ending the stream. We have hit our 3-hour mark, which is as far as we go. Unfortunately, we do have other commitments, but we will be back on Sunday. So Sunday at the same time, we will be here playing with stuff from the new box. We do have it set up on our like home screen that Sunday is our bonus day. We only really use that bonus day when new boxes come out, but new boxes have come out, so we are going to go ahead and do that. The Rebel skill can just flip him up, lol. It can, but on turn 1, it's not as likely, right? Because your opponent still has to summon a monster, discard a card for the effect, tribute. No, actually, it's very easy. It's very, very easy. That skill is just broken, let's face it. I don't know what was going on with that skill. It could flip up no cards or flip up just 1 and still be completely busted. So I don't know what's going on with it. But anyway, we'll be back on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. Is there anyone to actually raid? I think Luke is streaming. We could go and raid into Luke again. We do like Luke. Yeah, let's go in. Let's raid into Luke. Let's grab him up. Thank you for the follow, Shelmy. Shelmy, by the way, is, without a doubt, in my opinion, both of those things kind of contradict each other, but the best Aqua player that we have currently playing in our tournaments. Have a good one, Tomato. Thank you so much. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and raid into Luke, and we'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for raid Motosaurus. We had a good stream. Welcome Raiders. We're doing Galaxy to KoG. We do a shout out command.